All right.
We're up. We're live on the tube. Are we? We're live?
Yeah.
All right. Good evening. Live from the city so nice named it twice. Kirk Minahan, Jeff D. Lowe producing. Said it earlier, the only person I've ever spoke to who saw and liked the film Big George Foreman, Rico Bosco.
I haven't seen that. I still haven't seen the whole thing. Still have not seen the whole
thing. He says to me
thing.
before the show, he's like, I didn't really get that movie Heat. That's what you said.
I said, did you love it? Heat. Yeah, I only saw it the once. Like it was good. I thought Heat was good. It didn't.
I'll be the one to say off top. There are no spoilers for Surviving Barstool. Everyone here, in or out, is hanging out around the office. So just don't be alarmed by anything.
And no spoilers again, but like, it's wild we're in this room. I'll just say that. No spoilers, but it's been a great first couple of days.
Yeah. But we were all watching football on Sunday, and we were talking movies back and forth with Dave and stuff. And I talked with Rico about Big George Foreman.
So people are probably
Can I get the exact
It's a Christian, such like a Christian movie that came out last year. One of those shitty movies that they just bang out and like makes like $8 million. I think Forrest Whitaker's in it, right? He plays his trainer, I think. And like obviously it's terrible. Like you have to see it to know it's terrible. But Rico is, I think, the biggest Big George Foreman film fan of all time. He loves it. He's seen it like 5 times.
I'm trying to get the exact.
When you brought the movie up, you know what's horrible is that you told Dave, and then if you know Rico well, there's a noise Rico makes when he knows he's in the corner. He goes, ah! I knew he was about to talk about it.
That wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
I'm trying to find.
What are you looking for? You texted me about
the text to Jeff? I thought.
Why don't you search the title?
I did.
George
let's
Foreman?
try George.
iPhone search lately is horrible.
It's
by the way.
not
It goes back like
great.
a week
really?
now. It's insane.
Yeah, it's long. It is what it is. I got through halfway. I still haven't finished it, but I've said this a bunch of times. I am not a great judge a movie, judge bad acting, judge that. Like, I'm kind of a simp when it comes to that. So,
What's the last great movie you saw?
damn, I don't know. It's been a while.
Did you see Oppenheimer?
No.
Okay. Did you see Barbie?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Loved it.
You loved it.
I thought anyone who doesn't love it, I gotta start questioning them in terms of like how they,
forget.
judge the world.
Forget.
I ejected on that conversation months ago. I was like, no, I like Oppenheimer too much to talk about any other movie. I was like,
I said that. But both of these guys here today, Jeff D. Lowe, the commissioner and the host of Surviving Barstool, Rico is in the series as well. So am I. Both said to me within 90 seconds of each other, like, people come up to me all the time. It's like, how are you friends with Kirk Minahan? Like Jeff said before Rico came, it's the first thing you said to me. Not the first thing, but like we're still doing this?
Yeah, there's a lot of people who don't get you, yeah.
We're still doing this?
To a degree, yeah.
You'd have thought the Springsteen photo together would have been like,
that'd
have been the last one. The two of you hugging on stage. You'd have thought maybe that would have been like, okay.
That's frustrating. But I'm sure I know exactly who it is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. Well, there's been a few, but yeah.
What's your defense?
Me?
Yeah.
I go like I just said it before we started recording. In all the terms of like Dave goes, he don't got it. I did get you right from the get-go. You're a showman. You like to sometimes play a villain, and to a degree, like playing things up, it's a little bit professional wrestling.
Yeah, it's all an act.
To a degree.
It's all an act. Yeah, it's not real. What are you
No,
saying?
listen. When you're passionate about things, you're definitely passionate about it.
Yeah,
That's the same way why we get along. Like,
It's true.
I am very passionate about things, allegiances, different things like that, like in your own personal life and shit like that. But yeah, I mean, to a degree, you do play things up. So that's why I always thought your show was compelling.
Thank you, Rico. This is going to be not a crazy long show. It's not going to be a crazy long week. We talked about maybe doing 4 shows. I won't be surprised if we do 3 this week and then just bang out and do. Because I mean, I'm not saying I'm still in it, but you're here all day regardless if you're in it or not. And
Yes.
It's long fucking days. Long days. I had a commute. I was on KFC radio earlier. I took the Amtrak to get here. It was awful. Awful. I couldn't believe how bad Amtrak. What the fuck happened? I was vomited.
At that point, why wouldn't you drive? Like, are you more of a drive guy?
Yeah, I definitely am. I was like, you know what? I wouldn't mind taking the train. I haven't done it in a while. Like, I know exactly where to park. It's kind of easy. I hate getting in the city driving.
Yeah.
So I can just bomb out of here, no problem. But it was definitely a mistake. Like, no question about it. Huge mistake.
That's why I don't mind taking the bus home from here for work every once in a while, because you don't have to pay attention to the road. You can doze off a little bit. It's not public transportation, not the worst thing in the world. So
All right, so I guess we should talk about sort of the thing that's been lording over this Minifan community the last 96. I don't know. The last show we did was Thursday. What's today? Sunday? Monday. We need to do a show Friday.
Italian Heritage Day.
Indigenous Peoples Day.
Is that what it is? I thought it's Italian Heritage Day. I've seen calendars where it says Italian Heritage.
What's your Columbus take? Misunderstood?
If he was...
Did he discover America?
He's got bad directions. We call it like it is.
Okay. Did he discover America?
I thought he was in fucking India.
Did he discover America, though?
50-50.
What do you mean?
Weren't there already people here?
Well, yeah, that's kind of one of the big debates.
There you go.
Huh. Okay. Is it still
But
Columbus?
he got here and put his flag down. That's for sure.
Is it Columbus Day around where you are still or no?
Yeah, I think there's.
Do you do those parades?
No.
You never gone to the city for that? Like
I'm
the
not-
Sopranos
no,
one?
no.
What's that called?
I think the Columbus Parade.
Yeah, the one where.
I'm on a fake Italian. I'm not any
Oh,
Italian.
that's
married
true.
in. Yeah.
That's true. Is that the one where Bobby's kid got messed up or no?
No, that is later because
Right.
Bobby doesn't have a kid till late. The baby.
Right, it's Janice's kid.
Yeah, and I think that's the Feast of Saint
Yes,
Joseph
yeah,
when they put the
yeah,
crown
yeah,
on,
yeah, yeah.
and Paulie skimps out on like everything.
He's-
Paulie's. So where do you put
My favorite character on the show.
like underrated themes of Sopranos in terms of things you enjoy? Paulie's cheapness,
Great.
like Christopher's.
Stupidity? What?
Yeah, I guess.
I had Imperioli
like
on
I didn't
one
know
time.
this off the top of my head.
Yes, I know this.
We had
Yeah.
Imperioli and Shrip on one time. And we actually taped it after I announced I was taking mental health leave. We had the interview booked, so I did it. Because I didn't want to miss it. And I asked Imperioli, I was like, you're a very bright guy. You know, he's a writer and a good actor. I was like, is it weird? Was it difficult playing a character who's not that bright, like Christopher? And he was like, I never thought of him that way. I was like, oh, okay. So we're pretending that Christopher's smart. I'm like, okay, what the fuck? Like, so I hate Michael Imperioli.
I remember.
But
I did just do a rewatch, and
I could too.
It's not a hate. It wasn't a hate. It's perfect. But for some reason, this time through, I was kind of like trying to point out things like not to hate on, but I was like, that's kind of stupid, but like in a funny way. And I will say the storyline that just gets me, and I'm like, this is so ridiculous. Is him trying to write a fucking movie?
Christopher?
Yeah, Chris trying to write a movie.
Yeah.
It's Saw, but it's just like it's just.
Oh yeah, what's the name of it? You would know. Cleaver.
Yeah, Cleaver. They're wearing like the Cleaver production hat.
Yeah,
It's just
when they're pitching.
Yeah, it's great, but
They're
it's-
pitching it to all the guys in the room, like Stevie and So
the one episode with Ben Kingsley. Yeah,
that was good. Lauren Bacall. He's
That's
going
a
through all the
very
free stuff.
funny one, and they get
Yeah.
on the same flight at the end.
Christopher's like, you get all this shit for free. He's like, baffled.
It's unbelievable.
Who's the worst character on The Sopranos ever? Minimum 2 episodes.
Oh, I think we did this in a snake draft.
I got one, but go ahead.
Noah's pretty bad.
But he was good bad though because Tony hated him.
I mean, he's still pretty bad.
He sucked. I think Juliana Margulies' character stunk. Do you remember her?
Yeah,
she was in rehab.
Juice, Jamba Juice girl.
She was on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
AA with
yeah,
Christopher, and
Uh-huh.
yeah, that
Oh,
nothing to that. That was like a
You know who's kind of a nothing? He has a couple of funny lines. He's a complete nothing. Is the Brian, the nephew,
cousin Brian.
cousin Brian?
Yeah, not great.
Yeah.
not great.
I
He had a lot of run too, like the last season and a half.
I've never been a Jackie Jr. guy. He just fucking.
Yeah, I didn't really.
So-
I never really bought that.
That's
he
my
was-
fantasy football. Not that anyone cares. It's Vito's tiny gun. That's my,
Oh,
my
really?
team name. He pulls out the tiniest fucking gun to shoot in the back of the head, a little pea shooter. But no, I've never. His arc too with Meta. He is such a perv.
It felt forced to.
Yeah, there's a couple creepy scenes with him, which made me laugh. I was like, oh man, he stinks.
So the big controversy in my world, I guess, is this top 50 list, which was supposed to be put together by Andy Mayo, Gus, and who the fuck's the third person? Andy Mayo, huh?
Tim,
I know who it is, but
Who?
Menners.
No, I said no. Menners was in charge of the overseeing it. Who am I forgetting? Mayo. Oh, Tim McCann.
Tim,
Right. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Mayo, Gus, Tim McCann, and then Menners was supposed to oversee it, make sure it went okay. So they've been talking about this for weeks. They've had meetings. They've had spreadsheets. They've had all these things. That comes up Friday night.
Sorry,
Yeah.
it's your show. I don't want to correct you.
No, go ahead.
Google Word Docs, which is barbaric, by the way.
That's
To
something
not-
I would
not-
use. Yeah.
Not to not like have a sorting. It was a disaster. Yeah.
So they get to Saturday night when the list is supposed to be announced. Because I was in the second half on the train Sunday. They don't have a list. They don't have a list of 50 people. And then they're screaming at each other. Metters has one list. Andy Mayo has another list. Gus has something. I will say, before we get into it, if I'm going to assign blame, the most blame goes to the guy who's part of the show, Andrew Augustus. He's supposed to be in charge of that thing, and he absolutely, completely whiffed. Totally whiffed. I don't care what, I don't care whatever your list is. Everyone has their list. I understand that. But that was insane. What's your take on it?
Well, I'll save my take on someone on. So I watched the whole stream.
Yeah, I know you did. You're very into it.
I have. It was.
Did you watch it or no?
Wildly
It
entertaining.
was a Saturday night after your live show, battling college football.
It was a week after the live show.
It was a week after?
This was this past Saturday.
Oh.
I saw you commenting on Twitter, no?
Yeah, I was definitely popping in and commenting. So it was up against college football. It was also up against
Kids?
packing
Packing.
for Sunday morning. And Menner's accent really fucking is a...
You don't like it?
A red... Yeah, it's...
Not like yours.
I just remember Tim yelling, "No foreigners."
Zach's
on
is
the
a
list
red
the whole
flag.
stream.
When he's yelling. Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
wanted to see where I was, obviously, yeah.
Yeah. How long does it take you to pack? Mutt said it takes him sometimes, in Gus, sometimes 2 or 3 days to pack. You're a quick packer. Oh, you're very... I saw you bring your clothes out.
I brought a lot, yeah.
But very
brought a
organized.
shitload.
Very organized.
Is Mutt an organized guy?
Huh?
Mutt is.
Yes, yeah.
See, that's funny that you say 2 to 3 hours because I believe that. I believe Mutt as like a 2 to 3 days so organized, wants it to be efficient, and I believe Augustus 2 to 3 days so
Just to find stuff?
messy that
Yeah,
he just has. He's just looking.
It's a fucking disaster. But what were we saying? Oh, so yeah, I mean, I don't even really they were screaming at each other, or they were talking about where Riggs is supposed to be, and then this guy's at 28, and Rico Bosco shouldn't be here, and Harry Minahan shouldn't be here, and where's this guy? And I was like, what the fuck? What? Why was there just not one list that was done? That's what I don't get.
And I have so many fucking lists in my inbox right now.
Oh, really? Everyone's...
So I have the Menners cut.
Menners
I have the one without Menners, but Menners involved, and I have the one with Menners no say whatsoever.
I don't even know.
Well, the other thing is that you didn't just stumble upon this and then you talk about it on the show and like, oh, that's cool. You told them to do this, correct?
I said, do a list.
Yeah, do a list.
Top 50 list. The three of you get together. They had meetings. They had like a committee. They talked, and they came up in, like, they didn't know anything. All four of them fucked up. Like, there's no question. I will say this, during the live stream, if you watch on the KMS YouTube network, or fan, whatever it is, I don't know what it is. But I thought they were kind of bullying Gus.
Yeah.
I mean,
he did
Gus
a few
is-
stupid things,
yeah,
but
he's
I
a
think he was
moron.
getting too much shit.
Yeah, he's an idiot. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even really care what the list looks like, but it's insane to me that these guys like Andy Mayo, who criticized the show endlessly for little things, when is assigned to put together a top 50 list, can't even fucking do that. That is crazy.
Crazy.
He
Mayo.
hates you, huh?
So I thought the Andy Mayo thing was like kind of good fun. And I think initially early on with you, I didn't get the Minifans at all.
Right.
And I think I fired back too much, not in good fun. I was like, you know what? I kind of get what's going on. 'Cause
That's
I
how
think
Rico was at first.
I think a lot of the guys on there maybe don't care for me.
I don't think I ever had any real negative interaction with those guys.
I don't either.
Well, what do you got?
Just wrestling. No, he's wrestling, that's all. I was putting you a sleeper.
What?
I was putting you a sleeper home. Turning bad, that's all.
I don't even know what I somehow just sunk myself, but I don't even know how.
Yeah.
It was probably the turning point when I was on the bracket, which I think I forget exactly who did it, but it was in the bracket of like clout chasing about my dad dying. That's where it kind of clicked.
To be clear, there's no call for that kind of thing.
Yeah, but
in my opinion, like the man's dad is dead. Leave his dead dad alone.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Man,
But
what are you laughing at?
my point is, like, I kind of like there was like an aha moment, like have fun with this. So I kind of thought that was Andy Mayo. I even put in the Sacco show. I did the Dunkin' Donuts thing.
Dunkin' Donuts thing. 'Cause his claim is that you don't really go to that Dunkin' Donuts. It's not real donuts, right?
It's just
The specific Connecticut
Yeah.
one.
So then
he says that he's making up the donut
Yeah.
size of this place. Yeah.
So then this show, I'll try to keep it short. He
No, go ahead.
He really got personal, like really Which fine. If he hates me, all for it.
Will you say you're going to work at the Ringer?
I'm gonna work at the Ringer in 2 years. I'm going to, which I don't even think like Tim or I don't think those guys really care, but I think they like. I think again, it's good fun, so whatever. But then he was just like, he's working the Ringer 2 years, a try hard. He was like, he's got the spinny thing behind him and his lights on his setup. Like, setup for the dozens of.
It was real hate.
Hating about my hair. Everything. I was like, the way I talk, he's like, he always says it slaps and it hits. I'm like, I don't think I really do that often.
He was
so
a guy.
I'm labeling him. He is a creepy weirdo.
No,
it was too much. It was
question.
Like he can hate me all he wants. I have no problem with it. Like feelings aren't hurt, but like just know I do find Mayo to now be a creepy weirdo. So
I think I called in about him
strange.
joking around. I don't think he.
Yeah.
Or maybe then he wasn't on. He was the boring guy.
Does he not like
Right?
Barstool
Was that what
people?
the jokes were?
I got the sense that going through the list, he did not like. He gets territorial about Barstool people. Doesn't want them around. And we used to be a real asshole, and like Steve Robinson basically just neutered him. That was the same guy. He used to be a giant asshole. I was like, oh, this fucking guy is back. Like, ugh. I thought if I was gonna say best to worst, Menners, I would not give that much blame to. I hate to say it. I would not give him that. I would not give him that much
He
blame.
had a few funny pop-ins on that thing. I gotta say,
He did. I wouldn't blame him that much. Tim and Canton, could have done better. Andy Mayo, bad. Gus, bad. Just bad. Bad day for the Andrews. Like, just bad. Fucking terrible. Like, I don't quite understand it. I don't know why it was so bad. I saw Menner's video today in Australia. I don't know if you saw it or not. He had a bug like flying around his face the whole time. Very, very weird. It's funny that a 3-foot guy in Australia is like screaming about this list. That does make me laugh. But I don't quite know. And it'll never be fixed now. Now it's gone. Like I think I'm supposed to put the list together. I guess now it'll be up to me. I don't even know what to do with it.
Do you have to let it rest for a little while?
I thought I was gonna do it tonight, but I'm like, let me hold off.
Do you want me to read any of the list Gus sent me?
Sure.
Okay. Also, did you see the Clemmer poppin'?
Clemmer's
made
on
me
for like
laugh.
3 seconds. They fucking kicked him out. Like, get the fuck out of here.
He's like, what's going on? Like almost like a Jerry Seinfeld.
He was
What's
so
going
happy.
on, guys? Yeah. You mentioned to me the other day when we talked about it. You said you thought there should have been more.
Yeah, like here's number 22. Like with Rico Bosco. He was done.
Yeah,
He was done 2 minutes on.
No, I think I mean, listen, I like being a part of the show now.
Agreed. Yeah.
But I also know my role, and I can't fake it. That I was listening to you growing up in WEI, which I
know that.
And even back when you first started in 2018, like when you started to make headlines here, and that became to a mainstay here, I think you can figure out which headline I'm talking about.
I
Of,
can think of one.
kind of clipping people. That's when it's like this now becomes must listen.
Right.
And even when you first started to listen to the show, it was one of those things. What is this really about? Because a lot of it was, inside stuff of Boston radio and your own kind of people and different things like that. But there was something that it was like, this is very compelling. It's a show. I said it to you, I think, from the beginning. It's a show about nothing, but kind of about everything.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
And then, again, so I think I'm very hot and cold with some of those people. Like, I know Menners hates me. I know some people like the calls. Some people don't like the calls.
who cares?
But, I try to,
We like
fit in where I can.
We like.
I'm biased, but it just I sit there, I watch as many mornings as I can if I don't have like a meeting or something, and when I all I need is like 2 or 3 parts of a one word, and I'm like, oh, it's Bosco. And it's a good laugh every time.
That was the other Andy Mayo line. He's like, why? That was what it came down to with him. Is he's the kind of guy who's like, why does Jeff D. Lowe get like a free call-in? Like, why can't I get a free call-in? Like that thing. And you're like, well,
What was the other thing? Oh, he was mad I had never been to one of your shows. Like Kirk does the dozen. I'm like, I don't think so.
it's not really how it works.
I would love to go. I would love to go to one.
Well, you'll go to one. Yeah, we got a whole bunch coming up. So, I don't know. So yeah, so that was a fucking mess.
You're here. Why didn't you try to do... They might have excused you. You didn't try to do live shows here?
There's a lot of competition in New York this week.
Like 4 in a row, right?
Yeah, no, I wasn't gonna do that. Like, I'm not. I'm telling you, my
Well,
life.
First
You're
night,
scared.
Kirk's favorite Springsteen song.
Were you scared of the competition?
A little bit. Well, I need to know Jordan Woodruff's relationship status. Like, it's a must. I think it's complicated, but we're gonna find out. I think I'm gonna try and get out of this whole stupid fucking surviving thing, and make my way over there and see what's going on.
Now, the $1 million question. Do you have eyeballs at these potential live shows?
I would think some Minifan will show up to that thing one of the 4 nights. Were they playing? Were they dancing? I'm playing.
I think it's the Garden,
Yeah.
Barclays,
Yeah.
MetLife, and City.
They're
City
awful.
one's tough,
That's tough.
but it's bring your coats.
Hopefully the weather's good.
Carnegie was too
Because you
small.
need... What?
Carnegie was too small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They sold the Garden in like 90 seconds. So
Yeah.
I was like,
and then
this is-
MetLife, yeah.
Yeah. Just only one night though.
Yeah. They want to spread it out. They got Jersey people, New York
Have they ever
people.
done like a show before, like a live show? Do you know?
Tours, I think they've done their tours. They do meetups at bars.
But not like a show though. Are they doing like a
I
show?
believe so. No.
I would like to hear that.
I mean, you're judged. You've done a live show somewhere?
Well, I'm just saying.
4 nights in a row.
4 nights.
You never did the garden.
Like jokes aside, 4 nights in a row, like
hard.
They're gonna get to the third night and be like, "What the fuck are we?"
Third night, like third night.
Yeah.
20 minutes into the night, they could be like, "What the fuck are we
Yeah.
talking?" Jordan. One of the nights is Jordan Woodruff's relationship status. What is minute 18 of that? Like, do you have a boyfriend? Like, okay, like, what, you fuck it. Like, what's a conversation?
Has anyone here done? Like, I mean, you've done.
I'm not back-to-back shows, same night, like the Wilbur, same night.
Yeah.
I've never
But,
done like a resident.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's what I mean. Like you too. Like I don't even get it. And these are two people I don't want to hear anything. Like I like Alex, but the fuck are they gonna say?
I think it's tough for me with Alex because I know everybody like piles on, but like in the beginning she was very Barstool.
I like her
oriented. You know, was even doing different shit. Like she'd be like, "Oh, let's do this together. Let's do this," and then it felt like they got to a stardom and that was it.
Yeah,
there was only two people together, and there was no.
I just don't know what their future. I don't know what it is. Like, what are they gonna do? A podcast? I guess.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
Yeah, who's gonna listen to that? Nobody.
She had a joke around with me when she called in about the outfits and stuff.
Yeah, no. I said she's a good sport. Alex is a good sport.
Funny enough, we
The other
mentioned
one's
the
a
top,
drip, but
like
yeah.
she clicked really pretty quickly with Rough and Rowdy. I do remember. I was in the office when she's like, I was like, yeah, it's.
I don't know. I felt like it was weird. Like that, we went down there, and like it was me and that girl Cupcake, and then it was her and like all these girls at Barstool like loved her. They got along great. They were crying together after, and then they all fucking hated her like a year later.
Yeah.
Except for Jordan. It's crazy.
This place is nuts.
But yeah,
No one in here would know that, but this place is nuts.
Yeah,
it's funny seeing all the
completely nuts.
It's funny seeing all like the people milling around this week though. Like it's just funny. You go up to get breakfast and there's like Portnoy and like whatever. You just kind of walk. Everyone's here.
Yeah.
Again, everyone's
everyone's
here all day regardless.
Can't say anything.
Everyone's here all day regardless.
No, it's like I mean, whatever. If this is like, if you get voted out anyway, you're on the jury, so people are here. It's like,
right.
It's just you have to be here.
But it's funny. There's passionate discourse going on sometimes. Very passionate.
Yeah,
and then you're up and there's like a guy like trying to make a sales call, like just a guy in like a suit.
I would just say this: like if High Noon's a great sponsor, and there's tailgate tours and stuff like that. So when you show up, it would make sense of a guy of a similar stature along the totem pole. Let's say me, Ev. Like it's like, okay, who are we going with? Oh, it's a good crowd. Jeff. Like, all right, we're going away for the weekend. Again, doesn't spoil anything, but you show up Sunday morning as people roll in. And the guy who walks through is Jersey Jerry, makes sense. Nate, makes sense. Che, makes sense. And then there's a guy who bought the most expensive house in the history of fucking Massachusetts that could buy us all out of our salaries of double, being like, hey, I'll give you twice what you make for a full year just to go away.
Right.
In the blink of a hat or blink of an eye, drop of a hat, no problems. Wouldn't be anything to him. And he's there competing in fucking different obstacle courses and shit like that.
It's fun. People should
fucking
be
nuts.
It's going to be great. It's going to be. Do we have any idea when it's going to be? Can we announce that?
I believe
ballpark anyway.
Mid-November to end of November.
Okay.
It takes a while to edit. It's a lot. It's like
that's a lot. This I understand.
You see how many cameras there are
all day. It's
plus
there's also like
that frustrates people. But
no, I understand with this one.
End,
no, I understand with this one.
I mean, like the real Survivor films, and they don't come out for like 5-6 months.
Yeah, exactly.
What were you gonna say?
No, I say it too. Like the thing that makes people are always like, or other companies. I can't understand why Barstool's a success. I equate it to like the Sopranos and when they have the cork board or the Wire, the cork board of like the crime families or the success, and it's literally it's a Frank. We got to figure out how to be like this guy, Fox is saying that, and it's just a fucking circus. So it's very entertaining.
I did do my run this morning.
Yeah,
I did my run. I did only on the 3rd floor, so it wasn't the route I was given. Early, I did it early, and I got my 4 miles in. I sent it to you, but it was a fucking workout. And it was I didn't count the laps. But maybe if I'm here tomorrow, maybe I'll count them. But it is a lot of laps.
Is Pat an enemy?
Huh?
Pat? Did Pat maybe have a subtweet at you?
The cocksucker? Well, he sucks cock, doesn't he? He told me he did. What?
Your words.
He doesn't? What are you anti? I'm pro that. You're anti that?
No, I just.
What's that about?
I'm not gonna call somebody.
Oh, I'm an ally. What do you mean?
Former teammate.
Former teammate, yeah.
Yeah, I think he.
Like I said, the 2 things he hates most: answering questions, eating pussy.
My new ick is watching coworkers run.
I don't think that was a shot at me.
Okay.
I actually specifically don't think that was a shot at me.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think. But I don't know that, though. I don't know. Maybe it's a shot. It could be.
I woke up. Yeah.
I'm kidding. I love
Speaking of things,
last time I was here, Pat was right here. What's that?
Speaking of things that was not uncomfortable. That was quite the show when you were here last time.
Yeah, Pat was bringing that. Yeah.
Pat, when he's like, we had like 9 producers. You're like, no.
Yeah, hey, no,
I haven't.
Yeah. That's what I deal with all the time. But yeah, I did the run. I got the run done, so I felt good about that. So the streak.
We did almost die the other night, you and I, in our Uber.
Oh my fucking god! This is. I thought of calling him. If I was still friendly with Colin, I would have texted him, but he's blowing me off. He does the hits now. He's a big star. But we got an Uber to dinner, and this guy was. I almost pulled over. I think I said he was. We got to pull over.
We were close.
He was like literally like. How many times did he cut somebody off?
He made a move right in front of Radio City Music Hall. We were going to dinner. If he had not successfully, like if that move had him halted at a light, I think we might have gotten out. But luckily, he blew through enough where there was no one in the way where we got there. We actually were like, just stop, let us out. Because
he was screaming at one point. He was like, fucking.
He did scream in a different language, and we're not. That might keep me up for the rest of my life.
He was like a foreign you almost. He was just like a lunatic. A fucking madman. He's the madman.
I got a bad review the other night on a lift coming home from the airport, and I didn't speak to the guy.
Oh, did you? Oh, I'm sorry. Did you leave a review or no?
I couldn't.
You can't do a bad one, right? I know he's a working guy.
It was bad. Though.
You can't do that.
Most of the time,
So you took a lift home from the airport.
The time I rate somebody on a lift.
This is from Chicago.
Could be.
Which airport did you fly out of? I'm just trying to get it for. Was it Midway?
Yeah,
or
it was O'Hare.
It was okay.
Augustus.
Note that. Yeah.
Most of the time, I don't leave a review until maybe till the next time I use it, like a full week in advance. It's not like I'm like keeping track of my lift. The ride ends, get rid of the app because it's using your data. Gone. I get an email that it says you got a negative review, and this is like not the first negative review. Just to let you know, if you keep getting negative reviews, you could be banned from the service.
What are you doing?
Didn't speak to the guy. Nothing. I looked at my lifetime rating. It's 4.8 out of 5 stars.
So maybe they just sent to the wrong person?
Maybe, yeah, or whatever. But here's the problem. It's not like I'm like, I can't have my rating go down and I care about status. If I can't use the fucking app, we got a problem.
Right.
So I emailed right away. I go look at my history. What could potentially have been?
They're
like, we're going to review it and take it away. I was like, all right.
I actually legitimately have an idea. I'm serious. I think you're probably playing that Rent soundtrack too. So we found out tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
PFT was telling me. He's like, so again, everyone stayed last night, first night, whatever. So Rico's in there with those guys. And PFT's like, I gotta sleep in a different room tonight. He's like, Rico is snoring. He is like kind of loud, I think he said in general. And then he said, while everyone else is trying to sleep, he is playing the Rent soundtrack. Like out loud in the room with people. Let me ask you a question.
In fairness,
can I ask you
there was no one else in the room.
Can I ask you a mathematical question first?
Go ahead.
How many different ways do you think we measure a year?
Probably one for every minute. I would say 525,600 ways.
How many ways do we measure?
How do
you
you
did hit
measure?
your niche on this. You did
What?
get it. It was a niche category.
Was it really?
Get it, yeah.
He's cranking this thing in the room.
It was my niche. You didn't watch my you watched my niche.
I did. Yeah, I don't remember all the specifics.
Yeah.
He does. You're a bigger Broadway guy than I think I've.
I bullied him to make Broadway a category.
On the dozen.
On the dozen.
Like
it has appeared on a show.
Why don't you write? Would you let Rico?
I wrote 4 questions. I kept sending them to him. He used
Were they basic or no?
They were pretty basic.
Give me one. See how
I think it was like this Broadway show starred Nathan Lane.
Like the
Wait,
producers?
I given you that before?
No, you didn't give it to me. You used it on Feidelberg's team.
I'm trying to find it.
Why don't you let him write one day? No.
He has asked to do it.
Why don't you? He sounds disgusted.
I've kind of backed off on people in it, letting them write because it just the show's got the debut tonight. We kicked off tonight.
Yeah, congratulations.
It's got so accusatory, which that one I kind of get. I don't.
What do you mean? Like if I write questions that you're going to favor me in a game?
Because Brandon read a lot to begin.
Yeah,
Nick
won. Of course,
Brandon only ever
writes, and he's won 3 fucking championships.
That's true. 3-time MVP.
So
yeah, good points. Brandon will never win anything. No, it's unbelievable.
Not as long as you have this
I gotta say, I think he almost agrees with you.
I think he's
joked. He's like, what am I gonna do here? I'm gonna get to the fucking finals and lose again. He joked with PFT. He's like, I need someone else to be like the memed guy, the fall guy.
And he's
this
kind
year.
of running out of year. What I'm hearing is we only got 2 more left.
Was that what do you mean? The dozen?
I thought that's
I always say
around.
there's only one more year after. I think the shelf life is low.
5 years?
I think the shelf.
You really do think the shelf
and
life?
I'm not just saying that for like sympathy. I legitimately do think that. I worry about relevancy all the time.
Couldn't you do it more as like a special event thing?
Maybe there's been talk about blowing teams up doing one draft, but like I don't know. We'll see how. I'm very very excited about this season.
Oh,
we have a whole new way of like editing and stuff. People worry about mistakes, and the sound is better. I just think the less teams, you're going to play better teams more. The top team's going to lose maybe 2 or 3. I am very.
Why are you worried about relevancy if you're fine tuning the league to make it a great product? By that element, you can get a
I mean, it's an honest question. Does it get tired after a while? I think last year there was too many teams. I fucked up on that last year.
Right, but you fine tuned it now. You're going to get a true schedule, power ratings. Like you've changed the playoff format. Who's to say you won't change the playoff format while we're halfway through the playoff format?
Yeah.
Give that a new wrinkle.
But I am smirking. It's
Do you think the THB has a chance to win the championship or no? Team healthy debate?
You're such a dick. You
THD,
really are
I should say.
when you said in December and you were like, I'm gonna fucking break this guy and he's an asshole. You have put me through the ringer.
Healthy debate. I mean,
I do think
we
that
got.
I
We
have
share the story
shown-
about the text the other day.
Well, yeah, we just had a team text, and then I said, I thought we were team healthy debate.
I
Like,
said
that's all I
hear
hear
their
about.
banner. I sent you guys.
He blocked us on Twitter initially, so I didn't know.
Your digital banner, champions, and you said it's going to say healthy debate.
It should. It's
What do
taking
you
over
think?
the
You're like,
world.
I'm just testing the water before the game. I was seeing how to react.
First
Yeah,
night, I
I
got
said, Kirk,
Rico's.
we're going to war tomorrow. Like, you really want to do this?
I got Rico's
Like,
producer the first night, crawling around the floor, licking Portnoy, begging him for more money. Like, Jesus,
Just a
Jet Ski.
misunderstanding. Jet Ski's working.
Let me
hard.
ask you
It's a
this:
great
Did you
part
know
of
the
show.
debate or no? Healthy debate. Do you know
I
this
did.
one?
I
Okay,
did see
damn
it.
it. I want to do healthy debate. Go ahead.
Never been invited on by.
Do
the
it.
way.
Go ahead. Neither have I, by the way. But Rico's like,
No, this is where you
The
got to
same
know I'm
way
messing
you
with
worry-
you.
I totally
you gotta
get it.
know I'm messing with
but
you.
see,
same-
Jeff,
I've-
we're not Dave or Big Cat. Like, we're
Yeah,
not
I got-
gonna
I
healthy
got-
debate. Like, no,
Anyone can have one great album. I had that with Bench Mob. Now I have. What can you do?
What kind of album? What album would you compare
Platinum,
that to?
gold. Now
Platinum's higher. Yeah.
What?
Platinum's higher.
Okay,
Go
platinum.
Yeah.
Now, what can you do for a second album? Like, so Healthy Debate is cool. It's working. It's new. It's exciting. It's
Go
going.
subscribe. Yeah.
The way I'm trying to do it is get guests on when they're passionate. We're really passionate about one subject. It has worked with Will. It worked with Dana.
Oh Jesus.
Who else was the third guest?
Well, we're not invited, so it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Worked with Dave. I mean, you get somebody on where it.
Yeah,
where
maybe
it
one
works.
day. Maybe one day it'll work for us. Maybe one day I could be on healthy debate.
Not WWE enough.
No, I'm a wrestler. I'm a wrestler. The guy fucking hosts healthy debate. I'm a wrestler. What the fuck are we doing? So the point is, Jet Ski is producer Wayne. Right?
Yeah.
He made a deal with Dave a week ago today, 4:00, and said, and Dave said, I'm gonna give you whatever the week. Or is that right?
He said, "I'm gonna give you. You got a week."
I did think he meant a business week. Healthy debate. I just thought he meant a
It's
business
up for interpretation.
week. That's not as good a title.
Show week.
That's a failed
Show week
spin-off.
makes sense. I was confused. I still retweeted it because, like, I mean, Jet Ski, great guy, not like.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
good
I told
luck,
him
go
that.
get it.
Yeah, I want.
But I did too. I was like, I feel like it's still going on. I didn't know if it would. But yeah, he said it was work week.
I got a healthy debate. I think Jesse Spano was a better catch than Kelly Kapowski in high school. Smarter.
Is
I
she
think-
going to keg parties? Is she's obsessed with the school.
Well, healthy debate.
She would get into the drugs.
Healthy debate. She's a little taller. She's a little.
Now we didn't see Jessie in college.
She did show up for a little bit, didn't she?
No, I don't.
In
think
the college
so.
years, no.
I don't think she was. But we saw, some of the activities she did in those movies. She
That's
must have
healthy
seen-
debate in that
she
pool?
seems like a high school smart girl, and then got out.
Down the clown.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. She's a better catch.
Yeah. Kelly's Kelly though, man. Like that's.
I can't believe you didn't see her on 90210. You didn't watch the Valerie Malone years with Tiffany.
Unbelievable. I watched a little during COVID.
Yeah.
My wife was putting 90210 on.
Unbelievable. Oh, unbelievable.
Yeah, she's
one of the greatest. Of all time.
She's hotter in 90210. There's no doubt about
she's
it.
just grown up.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. What are you texting, Jeff? Is it the show stuff? Are you texting Coleman or no?
Show stuff I won't.
Other show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to read this list at some point?
Oh yeah, we do the list. Go ahead.
Otherwise, I'm taking it off my computer.
Look, it's a show about everything and like a show about nothing.
I don't.
I want people to know if they've just listened to the show. That's all. What?
Respect.
Go ahead. Are we going 50-1 here?
This is
what list is this?
This is.
Do you know
Final-
Coleman at all or no? Oh, Coleman said he invented healthy debate. By the way.
Yeah, I think he did. That was also he probably. In fairness, if Coleman said that, and that conversation took place, from October 1st, 2022, to December 31st, 2022, I was on drugs, so I don't remember that.
3 things in common.
Really?
Me, Coleman, and Rico.
Yeah, anger. I was.
Oh yeah, okay.
I
I
was choking out CEOs. Like I was putting my life at risk.
You were.
You, me, and Coleman, big DJs guys down the Jersey Shore.
Yeah, he is. No, I called him before the live show, and just said one way or the other, like just be confident in how it's going to work out for you. Everybody obviously likes you. If this doesn't work out, the next thing will work out. He's like, I really appreciate that. I like the kid. I really do think
He's good.
He worked great
gonna
on
do
the
a great job,
rundown.
really good.
He was down to do a lot of different stuff. He got it. He was excited to be here. I think he's obviously going to be great for you. So
Rundown and stool scenes are objectively like
Difficult spot.
great place to work. It's not like a knock on, but like horribly difficult to work because to have to come in here, you're typically a young guy and just approach these people. Typically, a lot of them, like that's who they've watched growing up,
Right.
or in college, and now they're just in here and they have to be in the mix.
Right. That's a tough spot.
So that's why I think he's worked so well. This is from Augustus. Final list. If Kirk wants, I can create a video just announcing it with the PowerPoint I have
That
to
sounds
coincide
exciting.
with it.
Sorry we don't have that.
This list was made after listening to the feedback and has not been touched by Menners. A lot of blame on Menners.
Oh, too much. Manners doesn't work for the show, Gus. You do. Go ahead.
Do you want me to go from
50 to I know one.
Well, remember they did it 50-2. So
Right. I'm number one. Okay.
yeah, you are number one.
That seems fair.
50 BA,
Okay.
49 MHB,
Okay.
48 Ziggy Robinson,
Sure.
47 Steve from Providence.
Well, let me stop real quick. So one of my other problems with this list was a list of people who want to be friends with other people. So there's a lot of like fans on the list where like to me
like a wedding gift for Peltier was being on this list.
yeah,
I
where it's
believe.
like, I'm sure she's on the list, but like Julie DeCaro is way more important than like any individual Minifan when you talk about the history of the show. People don't want to hear that, but that's true. When you talk about the show itself, the fans are a huge part of it. I watched the other night, they do this list of like, they list like 20 different Minifans. They're like, number 10, the Minifans. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Stop jerking each other off.
whether
Like,
it's good or bad, I think some of your
number
and if you
3 in
look
the
at-
number 3, the SEC in the AP poll.
right. K. Marco should be in the top 20,
That's what I
no
was gonna say.
question.
You look at things when you look at what subject matter of the
Murchison,
episodes,
yeah.
what subject matter of the episodes, or just randomly gets brought up. Oh, let me tell you about this, and then it goes on a rant. Like time and words of the show,
No question.
definitely
If you
matter.
search your show on YouTube, I believe most of the first things that pop up, and it might be algorithm based, might count, are the K. Marco
Yeah.
episodes.
Or Peter Nelson. That was big for us, too.
Yeah. So like, but
yeah.
that
Also
alone.
a suit guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nelly, yeah.
Fred Couples.
Well,
yeah,
they're happily married. No,
Oh, yeah, she's having her third kid in 2 weeks.
nice.
Lauren Lynn.
Okay. Again, like, good Minifan, but I don't know. Give me another name.
See, that's where I like stay out of the way.
Shirley,
'Cause I
John
don't know-
Featherston,
you know what I
Riggs.
mean? I don't know
Riggs
these
42.
guys.
Riggs 42. Yeah. Again, I don't want to knock the Minifans. They're great, but it's not like they're all buddies with each other, so they want to give each other a spot on the list.
41 Julie.
She's sinking. I
Uh,
haven't heard a word one from Julie in weeks. I've
Julie who? Dakar?
No, Julie, the dot in the eyes across the T. She's been in the studio a couple of times. She lives in New York. You know her if you saw her, I think.
Greg Polar 39.
Yeah.
Patrick from the Donald J. Trump 40. Greg Polar 39. Patrick from the Discord.
Like, who is that? Who the fuck is that?
You really don't know who that is?
No! Who was the one before that?
Sorry. Greg Polar 30.
I mean, Polar stinks, but he should be above her or him, whoever the
You
fuck.
really,
it is.
truthfully, you don't know Greg from the
Are you-
Discord?
No, Greg Polar, I know.
No, I'm sorry.
No, Patrick from the Discord.
No, I know Patrick's who go to shows if that's the same guy, but I don't know what the fuck. We have a Discord like 5 years on the show.
How much have you? How much have you talked about him on the show?
2 seconds, if that.
Yeah, it's tough.
That's what I'm saying.
That was the what. Gus got a lot of shit, but there was a thing he said.
Gus a fucking idiot.
There was a thing he said at the end about something about Mike that he got a lot of shit for. That was kind of funny.
Yeah.
It was something about Mike's Patreon. Obviously, go check
Blind
out
Mike
Patreon,
Dutton.
by the way,
Yeah,
yes.
right. Healthy debate.
That was. I'll tell you what. Not to again make this about me, but
I can't promote it?
You can. Yeah.
I become a big Blind Mike fan. Like Blind Mike makes me laugh.
Well, we all got our own
Yours.
problems.
Yeah.
All right, what else?
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Yeah, he's a huge talent. Go ahead.
Next up is John from Scranton.
Yeah. Okay.
Kevin from Bristol.
No.
Kevin the Caller.
Kevin the Caller's great.
That guy?
That does
I
seem
have
like,
a question for
I have a
Kirk.
question
It
for
does seem like he
Rico
put
Bosco.
Kevin from Bristol and then
Yeah.
said, "Oh fuck, another Kevin."
Would you?
instead.
You like that caller? No.
I think he's excellent.
Incredible caller.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
That's not you.
No.
Okay.
He's excellent. I heard I was getting some slack. I think you were going to rag on me because fake Kevin called my show and you knew it wasn't a fake Kevin?
That was definitely fake Kevin. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I wasn't, but the Minute fans are not happy with you. But again, you're like, that's HDR, Healthy Debate Rico, where it's like he doesn't know the Minute fans.
I have a
But,
shocking
you know.
one coming up in a second.
Go ahead.
34 Julia Caro.
She should be there. Higher, I think, don't you?
I'm so happy I didn't read this list beforehand. 33 Greg Poehler again.
He's on there twice.
He's on there twice.
Get Augustus. He has Polar twice on the list.
Yeah, he put him 39 and 33.
Fucking idiot. A fucking dummy.
32 DC, 31 Carano,
This is.
30 Visionless Dave.
Yeah, I mean, again, these
What's
are all
what's Visionless Dave's deal?
his grandfather is a former Super Bowl winning coach.
Interesting.
Yep. Coach.
I've seen him like in interactions. I don't know if I've
Good-
DM'd
good
him,
guy.
but I have heard Montante mention and this guy mention again. Like
You're putting Montante's name in your mouth now. I'm surprised you would do that.
yeah, I buried that hatchet.
Oh, you did?
Well, I mean,
broke
on
bread?
the air. Well,
Oh, on the air.
Kurt. I had Kurt Schilling call and
No, that's right. I
Mediate.
forgot. Yeah.
Sneakers 29, Dale Arnold 28.
Okay.
Yours,
Sneak-
yours
yeah,
truly
I'm
at
not gonna touch
27.
that, actually.
27. You happy with that spot or not?
Yeah, anything on the honestly, again, I'm fairly new to this universe, and I
I think the trivia is such a big deal to me that people like that.
How long was
also
Sneakers?
just like outside of the trivia, I do just genuinely like I
You a big fan?
love the show. Yeah,
What? Yeah, give me like kind of the elevator pitch on Sneakers or the
Psycho, like troll, but it's turned out to be a decent guy, I think.
Yeah, because
I
I think
I'm sure you blocked him at some point.
no, I don't know. He's gone back and forth. I had like kind of a civil kind of
Yeah, he can be up
conversation.
and down. He can be hot
then
and cold.
flipped out on me back, and I kind of was like, "Where is this coming from?" And then came back to civil. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
He's pretty good right now.
didn't he do something really bad to you though?
He did, but he's explained it. I'm trying to move on. As you are, I try to mature as I get
Fair
older.
enough.
I think he's a decent guy underneath it all, but we'll find out. I could be wrong.
Stacy from Madawaska, Kevin Cohen, Harry Minahan 24.
Kevin who? Oh, Kevin Cullen. Yeah, I'm sorry. Harry Minahan where?
24.
It's a good spot.
Andy Mayo 23.
It's not so great then. I can't have Andy Mayo for my son.
No,
No.
Andy Mayo 23?
Jordan, baby.
Jesus.
Montante
George's
22.
dad, I hope, next time he's driving on the highway, Andy Mayo, no? True or false?
What? Give me that one again.
James Jordan, next Mayo, he's driving down the highway next time.
Oh, hey, that was just a happenstance.
Are you a
got
conspiracy
ti-
guy in that?
What?
Are you a conspiracy guy in that?
Listen, he got tired.
I'm listening.
He got tired. He pulled over. He was, murdered by two kids. Sadly, it was a sad murder. It had nothing to do with his dad's gambling. The investigation into
His son's
dad-
gambling.
His son's gambling. The investigation into his son's gambling.
He went to play
It's-
baseball.
It's not a coincidence that it went away 4 days after he announced he was going to go play baseball.
I think, I could be wrong. It's been so long. I think those kids got out. I think they got paroled.
Really?
I think.
Probably. You could probably look it up.
Yeah, we could look it up. I'll look it up. It's been over 30 years.
Of all the sports, again, I don't want to disrupt the list, but of all the sports kind of conspiracies, or
Ewing lottery pick for me is definitely was fixed.
you would want to know. No.
Oh, with
like,
what?
all right, I give you. You have a crystal ball. You get one wish. You're gonna answer a question to one that is a conspiracy, or only two people know the real truth. What's really going on?
Parole terminated in 2021, so it looks like it was.
To me,
Oh,
it's
okay.
it's that. It's
That's a good
what
one.
was the conversation with David Stern and Michael Jordan in that room? I want the whole thing on video.
That's a good one.
That's the
I don't
one
have
I
a problem
want.
with that one. I got to think about it.
I
That's
think
a
the
good one.
Ewing. You're right. The Ewing lottery ball. If you saw that whole thing play, was it 6 months before? Was it a year before?
Right.
Could you see the guy really hit the corner, freeze it?
Right.
That's a great one as well. I'm trying to think of some others. Cal Ripken down the stairs
Right.
with the
Yeah.
streak.
Yep. They did a whole podcast on that.
Did they?
Yeah, look, I'll send you a link. Two guys just looked into the whole thing.
Yeah. I've heard the different things, but yeah, I think it's the Jordan thing for sure.
Umpires of the League World Series.
Well, no, we just know that.
That's true. They're all thieves.
Well, no. Those guys who umpire, I don't really try to go after. Because they're just they just got assigned. The problem is the signers and the league.
No, sorry, go ahead.
No, okay.
Mine's a relevant comment.
Oh, yeah. I'm always interested in like the whole Brady Deflategate Goodell of it all, but there's no real big thing there. I don't think.
What would even have to happen to get that true? It's like the
For what?
NFL is so locked down.
Oh, never gonna
like
happen.
what would even?
Another good one. 91.
91.
UNLV Duke. The famous photo in the hot tub.
With Richard the Fixer Perry? You think that game was fixed?
It's being floated out there. For sure.
Hurley misses that 3. They lose that game, though. They're down 5 like 2 minutes ago. I never bought into
I'm
that
just
one.
saying that photo, it's not a, I'm not a major conspiracy guy, but that photo and thing is out there. That's all.
It's pretty good. All right.
Is there any golf ones that you'd like? Like something like even like the 99 Ryder Cup, like a real retrospective years later.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but I'm saying more
He's
is
more like a conspiracy.
like
he's looking for
unanswerable
like,
questions that only certain people know about the answers. Like
is there
Stern
a baseball
and
one
Jordan.
or no?
Babe Ruth, maybe that home run.
Calling that shot, 32.
Yeah.
That would be God if they got something.
It's wild they didn't have even then.
Oh, well, McGuire and Sosa with the commission. Who knew?
But I assume everybody knew. I could be wrong. Back to the list.
Next up on the list, Montante 22.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. You don't agree?
You
okay with
I
it?
like Montante.
Again, I don't. How long is he? When you first started the show, was he around then?
Kind of like a fringe guy, I think.
So then, yeah, he's got longer tenure than me.
He's rising,
That's-
yeah.
I
that's
hope
accurate.
again. I don't know what happened in Sacco, but powers were zapped from these guys who didn't get in.
I listened to a little bit of Montante's podcast this morning while I was running, and he sounded lifeless. He sounds like
Bummer.
he has been,
And I mean that genuinely.
lobotomized. Like this, and but he's like, what do you expect? It like broke my heart. I'm like, okay, but like have a little bit of like life. Like the job wasn't promised. Like you tried out, you did a good job, you didn't get it. Like
yeah.
Also, the lifeblood of your show. It's like sticking around is only.
yeah, he's gonna get, eventually wind up part of it. Fucking Augustus is one of my producers.
That's what I.
Augustus
hope.
got fired from a non-paying job as the newsreader on a Kirk Minahan fan wrap-up show on YouTube. And now he's my producer.
See, I don't know all the intricacies of that.
Yeah, you
My
don't
advice
know
to Montante would be this: like, you don't want to be the guy who mopes when they take something away from you,
You wouldn't do that.
like a podcast or you have a dream of a certain sport, and like
You're not
and
doing
then
that.
You mope and be a miserable fuck for months and months. It wears on you.
There's no spot for that. Go ahead.
Warden of the North 21.
Good video guy.
Tim Riddle 20.
Too high. I liked him, but too high.
19 Wit.
Wait, Timmy Cannon was 20?
No, Tim Riggles 20. Wait is good in that spot. Yeah.
18 Jerry.
Jerry Callahan for sure.
17.
Rico
Sitting next to you,
Bosco.
Rico.
That
Jerry.
high? Wow, that's an honor. I feel like again though, Jerry was being mentioned on your show when from day one.
Day one. Oh, Jerry's a huge. Yeah, he's
Jerry's ahead of me.
He's
That's
diminished.
not me trying to simp. That's
You
Jerry.
got a recency bias thing because you're more of a factor now. Jerry's gone away.
Yeah, okay. He still
Yeah.
calls the show.
He does still call the show. That's true. He's a good caller.
No,
He had when you talk about a guy like not having any fun. I was like, oh, this could be fun. Like he's on the night he was on with you. A couple
Oh, that's
nights
right.
ago.
You called that a couple. That's right.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah, why is that so
Why is that funny? I don't get it.
He was not happy. He was not happy.
Jared, which by the way, when I say the full name, it's Jared Carabas. But when I say just last name, it's Carabas.
Correct.
I don't-
Where is he?
Yeah, he is 16.
All right. Yeah, I'm fine with it. I would actually probably put him a little higher, but yeah.
I would too. That seemed to be a pretty contested thing.
He's
though.
been gone for a couple of years. When people leave, they get all worked up. But now he's back, and he never really.
That's a tough one. Though.
He never really left though. Like he didn't want to leave. He had to leave.
Yeah, that one wasn't really an option.
No.
I think trivia helps me as well because trivia is such
Back
a
to Rico. Yeah, I didn't realize. Fuck Jared. I know you hate Jared, but you can hold off.
Former
on it.
teammate as well.
No,
That's true. Go ahead.
I had to have a recent conversation with Jared that I can enlighten you on
Was something wrong?
off the air. No, yeah, I was wrong.
Oh, you apologized to him.
Yeah.
Part of the tour. How was he?
Great.
Yeah, he's a good
Holds
guy.
no
God, now that's a shirt I would fucking buy.
what?
The Rico Bosco apology tour.
Oh, all the
That
names
was-
on the back?
That.
You were one of the first ones. It hurts. I had to wait a little while to do it
Yeah.
because I knew how low it was.
We had a nice talk though.
Yeah, and,
Now we're closer. We're closer.
yeah,
now
I
than we
could
were
give
before.
clarity on that as well. Like I go through, he picks up, he goes, without even saying hello. He just goes, "My advice is stay. If you're asking for career advice, stay."
didn't say that.
So I laughed.
I did say
I
that.
get it. I go, listen, Kirk. I said what I said.
This is a while ago. Though.
Fuck yeah, it was March. we'll get to the punchline why. I was like, I fucked up. A lot of the conversations about me. I owe you a lot of apologies. If you want nothing to do with me, you get it, this and that. This, and on and on and on.
And I said I was wrong, too, about stuff.
Right, which you didn't have to. And
Oh,
to
but
an
I was.
extent, you weren't. Cause
No, but I was, but go ahead.
you just reacted to my bad actions.
Yeah,
is
that's
what
fine.
it is. But at the end, I'm like, listen, I am. The other part of this, too, is we're on this team for buskers. You know, like
Oh,
if
it
you-
was Nebraska.
If you
yeah.
want, well, here's my theory. People are gonna be like, "That's crazy. That's what made you do it." In my eyes, if it was the roles were reversed and I was a complete dick and a scumbag and betrayed you, and then we were in a competition involving money, and you didn't reach out or apologize or made decisions on my behalf without me knowing, I'd be like, "You're even more of a fucking scumbag,"
What was
because
your team?
it was me, you, and you. I think
Oh, it was the team we had?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
just me and you.
No, it was the team
but
we
the
had.
team-
Oh, Pittsburgh and Arizona State split. I drafted that one.
You gotta do a show in Pittsburgh, Arizona State
Sure,
now.
absolutely.
Yeah. So, but
But I was
excited.
Towards
I
the end,
was-
I'm like, listen, we're in this competition. If you want a part of it, you take the thing. Like, I don't even care about it. This. He goes, Rico, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
None. I still don't know what he's
I
talking
go,
about.
okay. I go, did you see the email? Can Cullinane, like, he goes, I'll have Cullinane fill me in. And
I didn't
we're,
know
we're
anything.
good. We're good. We're good.
When you heard
He put it
Buskers,
down
did
and-
you take your phone and look and be like, "Who the fuck is calling me right now?"
I had no idea what any of it was. I forgot they did that thing. And
Right.
it was like a Bitcoin or something. I
Oh, no.
That
it
was
was
2
a-
years ago.
It was a trip to Ireland, and it was a $250.
Oh, sorry, we were
gift
going to Ireland
package.
together. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a gift package.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. And I was like, I do not want to win this fucking. Nothing against Reba. I don't want to get a plane fly overseas. I just don't want to do it.
I'm very much not interested in going to foreign countries
I have
that are
no-
not vacation.
I have no desire to ever get on an airplane again as long as I live. Travel is hell. I don't want to do it.
I become really. I don't know. What
Well, you got long flights now.
It was like when Up in the Air came out. Maybe Andy Mill. Maybe I am a cornball, but I watched Up in the Air and I loved flying.
Dude,
I
you just like the experience?
I don't know why.
Really?
I was like, this is cool. Like I thought it was like, and I loved that movie. And I loved flying. And I flew back from college a lot. I would take 2
Yeah.
flights. I'd fly to Detroit, then down to Austin from Happy Valley.
Right.
So I did it all the time. And I kind of loved it. And then something happened. Oddly enough, when I started fixing my anxiety, it got worse. Like when I was anxious, I was fine. And now, like, I can control it. And I'm just terrible. I
don't want to ever get on
I'm
a plane
jittery.
again. I mean, I will, but like I'm not dying to. Go ahead, back to the list.
Next
list.
up is Big Cat,
Yeah.
Dave, 14.
Sure.
Portnoy, obviously.
Yeah.
K Marco, 13, which I
I think you should definitely be there.
not even higher.
Maybe higher, but definitely should be. I mean, he's
Nah, the
an
people
enormous
ahead
part
of
of the
him are
show.
pretty-
Like I put Ellie Schnitt on the list before I put some of these Minifans.
That's another one. Again, maybe I'm basing it on the wrong thing because you didn't have maybe I'm not because your full shows weren't always uploaded
no,
to YouTube.
no. We would kind of do it sporadically.
That era, it's these clips, and if you search, and again, maybe my thing is biased algorithm
Yeah.
because I work for Barstool.
Well,
but
Ellie stuff.
it's a lot of that era.
Right.
And it's a lot of when these people here, it's when you first, really started getting in the mix and it slowly merged. So,
Right.
I don't know. The fuck.
She's great.
Steve's a liar guy, 12.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to be there.
Yeah.
He had a great song again the other day. Yeah.
Yeah, very. Yeah,
He's back.
yeah. 11 Mutt.
I mean, I would probably put him on the list, but that's fine. You're not a Mutt guy. You told me that privately.
That's not true.
You,
I think Mutt can break balls. I like Mutt.
you like Mutt. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. 10 Gig.
Gig is 10?
I don't know, Gig.
What? I love Gig. He's a great guy, great Minifan, Hall of Fame Minifan. But he's not above K. Marco on like the importance in show's history. Like that's crazy. He's been around like the last year. What? Who put that list together?
This is Augustus.
This Gus's list?
This is Augustus Menners not touched. Not touched by Menners.
Can you call him or no?
Yeah, let me try to call him.
What?
Let me try to call him.
What? The fuck? Stop looking at the games, Rico.
I'm gonna get
you
his
say?
number.
There'll be another game tomorrow.
You got the D-back.
I can't hear anything. Oh. Talking to me. Let me see if I can hear.
Tess, can you hear?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. I'm trying to get I gotta get Augustus' number.
Oh, I don't have.
732-681-5055.
He does not have my number, by the way. He works for me. I'm not giving him my number.
I may just put him on speaker over the microphone.
You're gonna do like the star 60, whatever. You don't want to have your number.
He's about to have it. I just don't have the energy for it. I will say, so just to know, we didn't. I need to get a second computer for calls.
what you should do
we'll start doing calls tomorrow.
Yeah, do this. Call
Apologies to people
Coleman.
listening.
Just to even more show that you don't want to give him your number as like a pride thing.
And have
Call
Coleman call
Coleman and have
Augustus?
Coleman three-way him.
Nah, I'm just gonna call Augustus.
All right,
If he
you're
wants
a
to
nicer
text
guy
me,
than us.
I like Augustus. He can text me. All right, here we go.
Although, would it show the?
Do you want to hear the rest of the list really quickly? Oh, what? I'm gonna have to text him.
That's unbelievable.
What the fuck?
What's he doing at 9 o'clock at night?
Lowe. Oh, here he goes.
Could be bowling tonight. Is it bowling night?
Gus.
Yes, I was in do not disturb mode.
Okay.
Why do you? I'm reading your list right now. Do you know this? Are you watching or no?
Yes.
Why do you
I'm
have
full of
gig?
clips.
I like gig. Why do you have gig number 10 in all minute in the history of the show?
Because he has done a lot behind the scenes. He actually was in North Dakota at Sheldon's wedding.
Who gives a fuck if he's at Sheldon's wedding? What does that have to do with
But
anything?
he's also.
Well, hold on.
he's
Shut up.
graphic.
What does
He's
that? What does that have
graphic.
to do? What does that have to do with anything? He's at Sheldon's wedding.
It's part for the potential show history going forward.
Sheldon's
and
wedding?
Well, because it's a location.
Well, let me ask you.
Didn't it-
Do you think that Gig is more important? I like Gig. He's a great guy. Hall of Fame Minifan. For the history of the show, he's more important than Jerry Callahan or Kay Marco?
Looking back on it, no.
All right, goodbye.
You're right.
All right, goodbye then. Good.
Okay.
Idiot.
And there got that.
What?
Yeah, I turn my mic down a little bit.
Retard.
I
What?
never gotten to
What are
hang
you
up.
shaking your head at?
I never gotten to hang up on a caller and you said that's enough. That was kind of
Oh,
exhilarating.
sorry.
Yeah.
What are you shaking your head at?
I've never been pro that word. I know you're trying to bring it back.
Oh, I'm bringing that one back, and I'm bringing back a big one after that. Big.
Yeah.
One of the top 2. Big.
Oh Jesus.
Top 3. Top 8, maybe. You'll find out. It's a tease.
I'm trying to wonder how big.
We're crazy. What are you texting him now?
I'm texting. What's your reasoning for 2 pollers? I wanted to ask him that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, finish up the list if you can.
Yeah. Murchison 9
It has to be there.
makes complete sense. Miltons.
Yep.
8,
The huge original sponsor of the show. The original sponsor of Barstool, by the way, Miltons.com.
Yes.
which is crazy. They walked in. Remember, they walked in the back room at the Dozen. In
I met the
Boston?
guy.
You
Kinda
met Bill?
cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we'll probably meet him again this year. No.
I don't know. For what?
If we do another live show.
That's
You can't break his balls.
can't make-
you can't break his balls.
No,
You
yeah,
can't
I
make-
told you
40
that's the one that
jokes. You
bums
can't
me out.
laugh at
What?
him
Don't-
say healthy
No, I
debate.
accept.
But don't-
it.
but don't
It's the
tell
one
him
that
that
bums me
then.
out because it truly was out of my
Yes.
hands.
And that's
it makes me really upset because I called into the show and I said it was going to happen. It's true.
And at any point,
I'm very
if you
bummed
tell
out
me,
about
if you
it.
tell me,
You're such a dick.
if you tell me stop doing it, I
Oh,
will stop doing it.
Definitely.
No, you can keep doing it.
But it's a
I'm
matter
truly
of-
bummed out.
Yeah.
Do you smell the drugs or is it me?
No, now I do. Yeah.
That might be a skunk.
Oh, is that you think?
Yeah, that's great. That rules.
Jesus.
No,
got the skunk?
there
I
is.
do. It's drug. I thought it was drugs when you said it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I take a. I mean, look, everyone knows I read comments and take suggestions and stuff. Probably sometimes to a fault, but
I can.
I am. It sucks personally to not open the season of a live show. Just blows. It's a bummer. It's out of our hands.
Salespeople
though.
are morons. There's nothing new there, right?
It's a bummer.
Go ahead.
Clemmer 6. Tim and Canton 7.
He deserves to. That's different. He deserves to
Yeah.
be very high.
Great picture the other day.
Gog, he's waiting for me at the train to say
He
good luck
has
to me.
probably
Great
appeared
picture.
on every show.
Pretty damn close in some form or fashion since the old days, for sure. Clemmer 6?
Clemmer 6.
All right.
That doesn't seem very.
Clemmer 6 is. That's about the highest I could go for Clemmer, I would say.
Colnane 5.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
How did you?
I put Justin ahead of Colnane.
How
For the
did-
history of the show, he's been there since day one. I
How
think
did
it's Colnane.
How did I don't have anything against Colnane. How did Clemmer get into your universe?
He was just a big fan. He was hosting a podcast with the other guy, Carano.
Oh yeah.
And then he was weird. He went on one of these shows and fought with Mike, like on a wrap-up show. Then we started bringing him in. He was like, and now he's sitting there
he's-
watching baseball games with Portnoy. today.
Quirk ball.
Crazy.
Crazy. I just saw him sitting there. I'm like, that's right, Clemmer's here. I don't think I talked to him yet today. Didn't have much time, but I did say hi to him. Yeah, and John Rich, who looked absolutely. I think it's John Rich who's fucking doing drugs right now. Is my guess. What? He's still doing crack.
I'm just surprised when you throw those lines.
By the way,
I know they're gonna come. But
What do you?
You didn't love the Colnane love and like his video and other people's videos. In fact, I know this is weeks ago, but
Below, it's beneath Rico. The Rico I like is the one taking shots at you. I don't want the, hey, you know what I really appreciate? You taught me how to be a better man. Like, what did Colnane teach you how to be a better man?
yeah, Steve Robinson. I saw goes. Well, they all can't hit. So that was a knock to the pride of my video.
I thought it was a good video, but you taught me, Dave Colnane taught you to be a better man?
Listen. trying to give a guy credit. And then I did the joke at the end. I was like, "Oh,
I
we're done
agree. That's what I'm
recording."
saying.
Like,
I'm saying.
okay,
You're upset at Steve taking a shot at you. I respect that.
yeah, because I know Steve's opinion probably matters to you, or you know,
It does not.
And okay,
When it comes to humor, Steve's opinion does not matter.
All right, fair enough. Steve
Steve legitimately thinks Ronald Reagan's like one of the 3 funniest
Steve was
people
one of
ever
the
lived.
first.
Like,
I'll
he's
be
a
honest.
humorist.
Steve finding the audio of Pick'em when they discovered the hype group, the original hype group, was the reason I listened, because somebody was like, you know, I had listened to
So
you
what? I don't know the story.
here and there. Yeah, during Pick'em when they found out that I had like a hype group, and I was like, Portnoy comes back in 2 weeks, best time to slander. I was going after the guy. And so you play things from. I was really unfamiliar with the show. I think I may have listened like once or twice before that. Then people like, yo, you get mentioned by Kirk in this thing. And I knew you were a heavy hitter and your opinion mattered. I'm like, oh, this could be bad. Like if he turns on me, and you were just like amazed, like this guy's a fucking nut. This
You
guy's
pinch hit for us in trivia. I didn't really know who you were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like-
But Steve found that audio
I
and
remember
got
that.
me into the Minahan universe. So
I remember that.
I
One
of the
respect
most
Steve's opinion.
Consequential things to ever happen in that show is you didn't play the last match of the year with ZD because they were playing someone you didn't want to be involved with.
Who's that?
Dave filled. I'll let him say it if he wants to say it.
Who was that?
Cons.
Dave
still
filled
hate
in.
him?
No.
Even on Twitter? He's brutal.
Him and I got the big spat the other day about
About what?
the fucking brotherly shove the Eagles play. I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
He
I said, I'm such an
stinks.
idiot.
You agree he stinks on Twitter.
He's a professional contrarian. He really is.
You agree he lies about his trivia answers. He's cheating.
There's got to be a way to have that app almost like auto. You should almost have to auto record it in video.
I think you're working on stuff. I mean, not like that, but you're working on some sort of new
Timer.
way. But if somebody wants
Yeah.
to do that, they got to open up. It's inevitable.
There's other ways to get around it, but it's
just
going to be
psycho
harder.
behavior.
Yeah. It is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, Pat admitted Pat cheats and doesn't even really on you.
Yeah,
He
he said
tweets them
that,
out.
yeah,
He
yeah.
tweets for his own pride.
Are
Yeah.
you ready for this? You said you're in, so you're ready to defend.
Yeah, I
this thing?
just still think there's a little. Listen, there hasn't been a ring ceremony. There hasn't been a banner ceremony. And I'm reading the beat reporters and even my own coach. Is
I am
saying,
buying banners, by the
he's
way.
looking for his own team.
Well, that's true. That you jet ski and
I'm buying banners, and
Are you?
if you want one for behind you, well, Healthy Debate is a green screen, but if you do want,
a healthy debate banner. Yeah.
Well, no, I just redid the basement.
60,000 followers on YouTube. They should get a banner. I agree. You should get a banner. What? You should. You earned it. You earned it.
For all you've done to bring me back, you're going to be the guy
I
who
just
breaks
said you
me
earned
back
it.
down.
I
You're
just
going to be
said
the guy who breaks me
You just
back
made fun
down.
of him.
Yeah, because we're pals.
Who's
But you,
pals? We're not pals?
we're all pals.
Wow, you hear that?
uh-oh,
Wow.
quick
But
fix.
you can't break me down. Me being
Portnoy said to me that you were today, last time in the hallways, like Rico was saying that you're not even a skip anymore.
me being
He wouldn't lie.
Me being in your good graces and you saying I'm proud of you. And
I am proud of you.
that holds it. When you make knocking comments, it could send me down a bad path.
That's your issue, not mine.
Okay.
You have to control that yourself. I can't control your path.
Right. All right, so you're just the great Santini. You're just never going to
Great book.
movie as well.
Well, I know it's also a movie, but it's a great book by Pat Conroy.
Yeah.
You would like that book.
I
Good
read
writing.
I watched the film.
Great Robert Duvall performance.
Yes.
Yes.
But he never really says to the kid I love you. But he does rub off on him. So
Does your dad say he loves you?
all the time.
Too much, you think, maybe, or no?
No.
Do you tell him you love him?
Yes.
Do you kiss him?
Not on the mouth like Brady.
Well, you upside down naked, like making out
And
with you
yeah,
sound like
it's
Brady?
been a long time, yeah. It's
What?
it's not like it's every like Sunday after, dinner. Like, all right, see you next week. for
Guys
the
with their
game.
dads, man, they love to brag.
They
Like,
do,
you know,
yeah,
you're
but
making
it's
out
not
with my dad all the
fucking
time. Like, it's a fucking cheap shot.
I forgot what I was walking into.
Unbelievable.
That's
Unbelievable.
very good by you guys. Chess.
Unbelievable. Well, it must
Chestnut
be nice.
checkers.
Must be nice not to kiss your dad and just walk away from him. Unbelievable. Go ahead.
I do think looser team this year. You guys won. I know we've talked about it before, but I think there's going to be, with you guys, it's going to be a little scary. Honestly, you've won. It's
Yeah, I'm
like
surprised you made me end the holdout so quick.
I want that repeat.
Bad.
I don't want to break this team up this year. I actually want to repeat with this team.
Yeah, there was no world in which you weren't fucking playing.
No, he was gonna.
No,
he
yes,
wants
I
it.
know.
He wants that.
I know.
He wants that fucking.
Well, what I originally wanted to do was, it wasn't announced who's Minahan's
It was a good. It was a
third,
fresh retirement. That's. I'll give him that. Nobody did that. during the
Nobody was doing that
playoffs.
bit.
Nobody.
and I get lowered from the thing like Sting. At the live show.
I was thinking
But
more like.
once
I was
that
thinking
got-
more like Owen Hart, but yeah.
Once that got taken away, it's it is what it is. So
Yeah.
We'll open it up on Zoom.
You did
You did do it on Zoom.
You did
Zoom
fine.
into the-
I still think
you should do
like
that.
a week before. I think now the bit being so bad works.
We could film something. If I was here, we could do
screen.
something.
Slide in like Collinsworth. Hey guys,
That would
I'm
be
so
fun.
excited to be here.
Meanwhile, Quiggs is just the silent rock of the team.
Absolutely.
You hear nothing from him. Nothing. Was he here today? Or was he Chicago? Right.
Chicago now, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we're not done with the list. I'm sorry.
Justin 4.
I would put Justin ahead of Colonnade slightly. He's been around the whole time, and he's had crazy moments. But if you wanted to flip those guys, I would get it.
So there was an issue with me potentially asking Justin to go on a road trip with me?
Well, you got to check with me first.
Okay.
You got to.
Dave said you're
we talk.
yeah. You're right.
You know, I wouldn't ask jet ski to go somewhere.
Fair enough.
I definitely wouldn't ask
I'm in the
Jeff's
content game. Dave's not approving the travel. Who's a ride or die guy that would go with me? It'd be Justin.
Well, he's a Minute fan.
Yes.
You think he's a rider first? Is that what you're saying?
No, ride or die guy.
He's a rider. You think he's a rider first?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
I didn't realize
said
that.
he's a ride or die guy
could be right.
for you, for me.
I'd be fine if he did it, by
As
the way.
well.
But just check in. So then it.
We didn't have Justin call in, but we're going to do that thing this week, the Star Wars thing.
We can set that up. Well, you guys already set it up. But
Who's gonna host? You?
Misunderstanding.
that's what I was going to. Jeff and Justin are like putting the list together behind my back.
Wait, aren't
Big
you in the
misunderstanding.
competition?
Yeah, so he does it.
Not the questions.
No, you're a competitor in it.
I was under the impression that him and I were going to hash out
Gotta have his
parameters
hands and
to get
everything
back.
as Mr. Commissioner. Like you're not the commissioner on this.
I think
No,
you
it's
should.
fine.
Yeah,
We'll-
I think
we'll hash
that's
it out
a
on
new
the show.
wrinkle. I
That's
think
fine.
you should do it. Like you should be a contestant in a few different
You
times
should have a
during the
team.
year.
We're playing it.
You should actually have a team.
I don't trust anyone to do the show.
Who's
It's not
second
fucking
in line?
brain surgery. Nick Terrain is probably the only person who could do it.
He would do a good job.
Ken Jack could probably do it to an extent.
What, the host you mean, or to put the questions together?
Put the questions together.
Who would host if you were doing it as a player?
Nikki Smokes.
I like Nicky Smokes.
Jet
sorry.
ski?
You do? I don't have a problem with him. I'm making a joke at
Nice guy.
someone not
Yeah,
being
nice guy.
smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frank?
No, it's somebody who has to. You have to know Photoshop, Premiere to edit,
No, it's not me.
the program to do it live. You gotta know. You have to understand how to write questions. The question writing is harder than people think it is. It's not remember. It's not writing one. It's writing fucking two that are even as possible.
Would it
And
be
you're
fun to
gonna
take a
get-
year off and have a team and just have somebody else do it?
It would be. I don't know who could do it. I really don't. And I'm not saying I'm doing fucking brain surgery. I just
That sounds like
I've
you are, Open. Maybe a little bit sounds like you are.
Hey, I
couldn't fucking
Nick,
do it.
there's not many. Bob Fox could do it. Robbie Fox could probably do it. Ken Jack, but then it's also you need someone who knows as much as they can about all these things.
Stu Feiner? Could he do it?
You gotta have someone who's also a dork like me, but also
What about a
watches
committee?
sports.
Like in terms of what are you most worried about? Forget. Say you could learn all the guys who know how to do it all that behind the scenes shit. In terms of questions, don't you think a committee could work?
Yeah, is that
5 guys working together on a committee for questions?
But it's just like they have to be their whole job. It's my whole job.
No, I'm saying just for your team.
Oh, who I'd put on my team.
Yeah. No, just ask questions for your team, and then you run. I guess you could do that. Then it doesn't make any sense.
It's just tough. Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
I also love doing it. That's the other thing.
I know.
I do enjoy doing
Oh, so the
it.
3 are just who do they have 3 and who they have 2 on the list?
Steve, 3.
Mike 2, me 1.
Yeah.
I don't know where to go with that one still, but I get it. I get what people
That
say.
does seem like you can
That's the
never
ultimate dilemma.
2A 2B, but it is like I think it's.
I'm so
points
partial
for
to
me.
Steve myself, but I get why people have Mike there for sure. For sure. I think the top 5 is the top 5.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know.
Is it okay? I'll ask you this: is there anyone outside the top 5 that would be who's the closest to the top 5, not in the top 5?
Probably Clemmer, I guess, or Carabas, I guess. Just in terms of volume on the show, I think. Yeah. Or like a Murchison or some. But yeah, I would say those guys.
Good list or bad list?
Bad list. Too many like Minifan, like circle jerk. It's like Ben Albright should be on that list. Like Ben Albright should be on that fucking list. Like he almost got Steve fired. I almost quit.
Pizza Fun in the 39 slot to replace the extra polar.
Pizza Fund. Okay, yeah. That's an event. That's not a person. The fuck?
What's the one that got? What's the one that got us
Take your
last?
time, Rico. Fucking write in the magnet.
What's the
card
Discord
over.
one?
I got the D-backs. It's Gallon Day.
What's the score?
3-0.
D-backs?
Yeah. They're gonna fucking put a stranglehold right on the series.
And 9 hours to go in that game.
Nah, baseball's moving.
That's faster now. What's the score on the Monday night game?
You know what? I actually didn't look.
I
By the way,
teased it.
there was a whistling noise that might have been the AC, and I just got told which mic to turn down on that. Apologies to people
I
listening.
don't care.
Hopefully tomorrow.
10-3 Vegas at halftime.
Is Garoppolo playing? What are you rolling your eyes? I'm asking a question.
You know, I've never asked
I didn't
about.
know he was debatable. I mean,
was always nice to me
got
whenever I saw him.
You got
He
your
was
feet on the ball.
Not
He
to
was
make
always
this-
nice to me.
12 of 17 with a passing touchdown for 126. He's having a great first half.
Underrated, in my opinion. Go ahead.
Not to make this inside the actor studio, but there's a question I've never actually asked you. How much does it grind you when people get mad? I've seen it about when you'll have your break, your energy bar or something during the show when people complain about that.
I don't pay attention to it.
Because somebody called me the other day, I think, and you
I was probably eating, I'm sure.
I ordered the brand that you've been eating lately.
Very good, right?
And now, honest to God, when I'm watching in the morning live, because
We have one together?
I
You have
work.
one I have?
We do because
I like
I work on East Coast time still, and so but I get
You're always
hungry.
texting me early, so yeah, you're up.
I get hungry, and I'm like, well,
They're good, right?
he's eating one. I may as well break
I brought
mine
four
open.
with me if you want one.
I might. I looked
Let
in
me
the
know.
store today for one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're random. Sometimes it's Nugo, or is that whatever it is? People always ask me, is that right?
I forget what it's called, but it's that red packaging. It's
It's the one with the pretzel.
the
or
pretzel
one with
dark
the,
chocolate. Yeah.
That can't be a question. It's not well known enough.
No, that'd be maybe.
snacks and candy
If you want to see someone say I slant, it's like Kirk.
Yeah.
This energy bar.
Yeah.
It's energy bar that you eat every day.
That fucking Reese's question, man. That could have been.
You made up for it.
You
that,
did.
That was, yeah. It
was bad.
We
That
were
was
bad.
staring
That was
defeat in the fucking
We did
eyes.
one thing we did really well at the trivia thing in Chicago was before both matches we went in like that little closet back room, remember? And we were like, look, here's the deal. Like I remember I was saying, Quigs, do not be afraid. If you think I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. Because I think he struggled with that because he's a nice guy.
That Reese's question, he knew it.
Yes.
But I think this year, that's why I said I think you're looser. I think
you're
this
right,
year he won't do it a lot, but I think in a moment like that, he would be like Rico. No.
Because
Yes.
even during the
Yeah.
match when we did a couple of the board things, when we did as a group, there were one or two times where he was like, no, I think it's this. And he would not have done that.
He's great with the numbers.
Great.
Yeah.
If
He's
we
a
get
great-
to pick, I want the numbers.
Except that
everywhere,
one.
but-
What was the one?
Oh,
He had-
chessboard?
The
Yeah, that's tough.
chessboard.
That's tough. That was
I was suspended for that, I think, or I was still not on the team.
Oh, you're on the team. I think we had that might have been
But
John
that's
Rich.
Yeah,
In
that's
the
what
lo-
I was afraid about with the Monday night, like, because I don't want to overrule you. Because if it comes down to who's going to be right with a guest, I think you're more
For Monday night.
the Monday night game. Remember when
Oh, the announcers.
the announcers.
So you got that right.
Yeah, I know, but I was like, God,
Another one I cannot believe they missed.
Yes,
That was the difference.
Another one I'm
they
still
missed the
stunned they
football
missed.
one, or they missed the NBA one.
It was the brawl. The Detroit.
I think they missed the
You
NBA
both got
one.
football because they had Che Fona for.
it was
I just-
Breen, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I was know that. I
Breen
thought I
and
was.
Rico.
Yeah, you kept saying, should it be TNT?
It felt too easy.
I know where I was when I was
Yeah.
watching that game. That's that I'm good with that. I remember
Richard Mendenhall. That was another.
Huge. After
I
blew the movie
remember-
question, that, and I didn't risk the double on it, which we needed for the next question.
Yeah,
That I have not been nervous many times doing this because I've done it enough. When you got the movie question wrong, I dinged you pretty quick. I actually asked you a couple of times. That my heart sank because it's not like now people think I'm saying that because like I thought you were gonna lose, but it was more because I was like, "There's no way he got this wrong."
I couldn't believe it.
I was like, I
Couldn't
definitely
believe it.
wrote
It was
this.
the one and the whole thing. I was like, it was total 50.
You can't tell, but I actually Google really quickly because I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
I was freaking the fuck.
I was like,
"There's
we're
no
gonna
way he got this
fucking
wrong."
lose.
Right.
But Mendenhall was huge, and then obviously Durham.
Yeah.
Rico heard Durham in the crowd, which is big. That guy gets a ring, right?
Lean into it. Lean into
That was
it.
Brad, wasn't it?
No, Brad was on the phone.
That's-
was big.
I've
Brad
said
was-
this enough on your
Brad was
sh-
big that night. Brad's a
I've
great
said
guy.
enough on your
Brett-
show, but when we do live shows next year, we'll do Super Bowl, we'll do fun. We are going to make sure that the crowd audio is mixed in differently because people not there cannot
Wasn't
appreciate
even
how loud it
close
was.
on YouTube. Like the
Yeah.
crowd for us when we first came out was insane.
Fran has gone. Fran said it. She said, honestly, I know people are trying to help us. If they would have given an answer, she's like, I could not hear a
that first
thing.
Brad question was
Wild.
insane.
My cousins,
it was
my cousins' kids are very young.
Yeah.
They're watching the show. They got in trouble. They had to shut it off. They're saying "fuck you, Kirk" as 3 and 4 year olds.
They were. Fuck you, Kirk. Fuck you, Kirk. The quarterback. The Texas Tech. No, it was somebody left. Who was it who took over?
Yeah,
Some-
whatever. it
Arkansas. I think it
was.
was Arkansas. Maybe I forget.
Yeah.
Whatever it was.
Also, Brad now does a spot on Pick Central.
yeah, I know
every
Brad's.
week.
I know
Brad is a photographic genius
Oh, yeah, that-
with college football. So
He
anyone,
takes beautiful pictures of college football.
Well, he's got a photographic memory.
Okay, no, he's okay.
Anyone
great,
who-
great pictures of Herschel
Annie
Walker.
Leibovitz.
No nudes. Anyone who doubts his memory or thinks that
Oh,
he's
yeah.
fucking
He's been a rock.
Brad
Oh,
is
that
a
I don't even
rock.
address that one. They're like, this guy. I don't
absolutely
even,
not.
No,
that is networking. That's what I always pride myself. Have
Who's
good phone a
making
friend.
these accusations?
Maybe some people from the South.
I don't know if he did on Brad, to be completely fair.
just
Durham,
think
we know.
Oh, no, you know what it was? And I just rewatched the clip. Dave in the hallway goes, your boy Brad fucking Googled it. No
In
chance.
our trivia game?
Yeah.
No, he was
In the semi.
always
I
just
can't
was
believe
watching
even
that
heard
clip.
you, but I mean, he did obviously.
That was amazing. I thought it was but that was a blowout game, right?
Yeah, that one ended up getting pretty ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't hit their spots. It's what a I will say that show drive me mad, but I love it. Like I love doing it, and I love the WWE.
Rico loves that.
But I love that aspect of it. I love the trade calls. I won't forget where I was when I got the trade call about putting back together Team Minahan.
Where were you?
I was in the yacht club at Disney World with Dave Portnoy. I was getting ready.
Did you tell him?
I was getting ready to go back to Disney World.
Did you tell him?
We took a break.
It's a nice
no,
hotel.
no. And Kirk called, or Kirk texted me, said, let's see if we put this together. And the initial thing didn't go
When
through.
was that?
March.
It was right around. That's why I thought you called, because that was right around the college basketball thing.
Yeah.
March. Because remember, I was like, how does he know this? Because I think it was almost like the same day.
Oh, that you were making the move?
Yeah.
And that should have told you something that I wasn't, again, about myself or whatever.
That's right. Busker's team would have gone around. Yeah.
You're fucking...
Your initial thing, your initial trade didn't work.
For a guy in recovery, you're very anti-recovery on the other side of the couch.
Well, why'd you make that about you?
I'm just... Sometimes I need a pat on the back.
You did. I told you I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
You were great.
It was originally not the two people, too. You weren't going to get... I don't think you were going
Quiggs?
to get Quigsy back.
Yo, was a trade? John Rich and Big Ev, or no? No.
It was you're trying to do something. It was some deal. It didn't go through Reegs. It didn't work. And then when I landed back in California, I got the text from Reegs, and it's fun. The fact that I took that call in the lobby of that hotel, it was like, Kirk, what's going on?
Lives changed.
Do you think we would have run it all the way through with Ev?
No.
Really?
No.
I think he's a strong player.
Well, put it this way. I mean, I know we did with Quiggs, so I wouldn't even want to, and I'd rather have Quiggs around. I like Big Ev, but, Quiggs is a great balance for our team. Ev is also nuts. It's just too much for the three of us, I think.
Yeah.
And Ev, I think, is humorless about it, too. There's an art to it, and Ev doesn't have that. I think. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. I remember he fought with...
You.
No, not me. Me, but, what's the fucking... The AEW guy.
Oh,
MJF.
MJF. Yeah.
It's just not... I was like, I'm not seeing a lot of humor here, but I don't know. I know you're a big Ev guy, so am I.
That's my guy.
Nothing against him. I'm not making you choose, but, yet. What? Oh, you can run a team with Big Ev if you want.
You're fucking...
If you... No, whatever,
Are we done with this fucking list?
whatever makes you happy.
Yeah, we're done.
I just want you to be happy.
You mean to call Manners, by the way?
No, I don't want you to... Why do you keep at... You want to call him. Call managers after the show. What
No, I don't. I
What
just
he
want to make sure. I
wants,
just want to make sure. I gotta say it on
You
there.
forget where he is. It's like a decent hour.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I know. But Jeff's in. When Jeff's like, I don't mind having Andrew Augustus having my number, I know he's got fucking mental issues. I think a long few days where that happened.
That is like... I wrote one blog about it, and I haven't really talked about it a ton since. Probably my dad died. I'm like, I got so many other fucking problems. But, oh, yeah, we're loony bin, big time.
You?
People really don't appreciate that enough.
What's that?
That I'm in the loony bin as well, and I'm out of my fucking mind, mental issues, yeah.
Well, you come across like a normal guy.
Yeah.
Relatively normal guy, I think. No? Compared to us, I'm saying.
Yeah, I think you held it together. I mean, you hold it together pretty well. If you I only know your mental issues because you had mentioned them. It's not like it's glaringly like he's a fucking maniac.
Yeah.
Yeah, most people are like that. They keep it in. Are you going to therapy
Yeah, I do.
every week?
No, I should probably more.
Yeah. Are you going?
I'm still out, but it's working. So it's like,
Okay.
what would you say the speed of your therapist's speech is?
Oh, I forgot about this. Right. Yeah.
You had to really...
You weren't familiar with the story?
No, actually, I'm not.
Talked too slow. And talked about himself too much
Oh, well, yeah.
in the hour.
What battle that must have been.
I had a guy in New York...
That's like Bert and Dominique.
I had a guy in New York who he'd give me looks like he was confused about the story I was telling him, and I'm like, does this guy know the fuck I am? And then
Yeah,
I stopped for a
sometimes
long
you get
time.
there, yeah, for
and then
sure.
it went downhill.
Yeah, I gotta get back in.
Well, you're doing good, though. I'm proud of you.
I wanted to try. I kept calling the lady about the medication. She wouldn't answer, but
What do you mean the lady? Which lady?
the guy recommended somebody to call. You gotta get
alternatives.
into the medication. So that's a famous Whitney thing. He's like, this guy's not on. He's going cold turkey, and he's not on medication. This is gonna be great.
That was the most hate I ever got for the dozen. Was you and Big Eb going at each other, and people were like, "I thought you're so pro mental health." I'm like, ugh, like I mean, I am, but I don't like.
I have took some real shots. That was really below line. Yeah, I mean, some people are friends with a guy like that.
What else? I don't know. For me, it's like
it's like an endorsement
humor.
in the way of what he said. No, would you agree with that or no? You know what I've been thinking about last half my praise these sports conspiracies last half hour. I think I'm forgetting an obvious one.
All right, well, let's do a little.
I guess it's a good question.
It's a good question.
Posed a good
Let's
question.
do a couple. What you should do one is I didn't realize had made a movie in a long time is Bennett Miller.
He's
Guy did
weird.
and he's really just does
Guess
great.
maybe what's his Moneyball, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, because he did Foxcatcher, which I didn't love.
I never saw that.
Capote and Moneyball, which I think now, like, I feel like I've said this is an old take of mine. Like, you have to take Moneyball out now. The A's are so bad. Like Moneyball,
I hate hearing
I want it
that.
gone. I want the book gone. I want the movie gone.
It is
Mulder,
tough.
Zito, Hudson.
They're just
it's
not
like Belichick
mentioned
and
about it.
little
Yeah,
Belichick.
it's.
But I mean, inspired other teams. Red Sox did it to a somewhat extent in 04.
True, with a way bigger budget though.
With way
But-
more, that's
but-
where it starts to
Like they
power outage in Super Bowl Ravens Niners. Interesting.
No.
Nah, I think there's a power outage.
Flu game.
No, I kind of believe his story on that.
We had bad food, didn't you, or something?
Yeah.
Hotel food. You get the flu from that?
He was visibly sick. Like
He
I don't
was.
think there's any.
He was, like,
do we
pale.
think he goes? They're up all night. How do we concoct my legend being
No,
stronger?
I agree with that.
And he was playing like
No,
that.
I'm not by that either.
The biggest Jordan thing is the fucking murder.
This one's actually kind of interesting, and I don't know if anyone gives a shit about this, and I'm kind of biased because I like them, but 2 NHL rigging ones. One, rigging the expansion draft for Vegas, so Vegas would be a hotbed.
Yeah.
And then rigging it so Sidney Crosby stays in the U.S.
I'll give you one.
Or goes to the U.S.
There's no way that Tim Donahue acted alone. Like, I want the other referees, because that is insane. And I want that fourth quarter of that Kings-Lakers game, where the Lakers shot like 9,000 free throws. I think that's a good one.
That's literally the next one.
Is
Next
it?
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's-
And you know what's crazy? Also, is that 20 years ago it was the NBA's nightmare. We'll never recover.
Right.
We will die if Sacramento goes to the finals.
Right.
And who are the last 2 NBA champions?
I don't know.
The
Warriors?
Denver Nuggets,
Right.
or maybe I'm missing.
Warriors beat the Celtics.
2 out of 3.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Warriors
Bucks.
and Bucks.
Yeah.
2 out of 3.
Stupid.
Yeah.
That's all
Denver
we
and
got.
Milwaukee. Phoenix was in a final. Like we're not talking heavy hitters
Right.
here. Like
I mean, San Antonio won 1 million championships. Like, it wasn't great, but the league rolled on.
Considered a boring team.
Yeah.
Not fun to
so,
watch.
Like, it didn't like stop the league.
I'm
from
just
going.
saying small markets. Like
Yeah. That's true.
You know,
Yeah. Is Denver a small market? I guess they are. Yeah, they are. Right?
it's not a hotbed.
The Donnie one, I think, is like, I've always found very interesting.
Little on-the-fly trivia. Lowest scoring game of the 2007 NBA Finals, Cavs Spurs. What do you think total score was?
75-69.
82-64.
75-72. It's crazy.
That's wild.
That was 15 years
The
ago.
late 90s had games like that, but the Knicks would play the Heat. Like 4 minutes ago in the fourth quarter, it was like 68-62. I'm like, why am I watching this shit? These are all the same guys that scored like 1 million points and the same, like, Hardaway was playing.
Do you really think the defense was that much better
They
back
changed
then?
the rules. Remember, it was like a more aggressive. They could bump each other. It sucked. It was terrible.
How much longer of that shelf life do you think we have of people saying like, yeah, the 90s Knicks, you know, like when it was like Bruiser Brawl, like we're running out of people who actually watched it.
It's
I was
true.
a fucking
Yeah.
kid.
True. Well, yeah, I mean, I watched them. I'm not 90.
I mean, no, we are to a point where you sometimes see those
But
videos.
you might be completely out of the NBA soon. I
basically
feel like
am.
your whole crowd, yeah. So like,
I saw one the other day. It was like an NFL hits. Like used to be the NFL. Look at one of the clips was Manning in a fucking Broncos jersey. I'm like,
Right.
that was like 15 minutes ago.
Right.
This is a kind of an odd one that I do know though. This would seem kind of mean to do it. Is did NASCAR make sure Dale Jr. won that next year at Daytona?
You want after his dad died next
Yeah.
year? That does seem that's a little shady. You can ask Bennett.
MJ.
She did a NASCAR podcast, didn't she?
yeah.
No?
No, she didn't. Large and
But she tried to take it from them, though.
yeah, you heard that, and I was in the car ride with you. We both heard that.
And back to the hotel.
We were going to the Airbnb, I think,
Oh, I didn't know about
in
that.
Arizona.
No, we're going back to.
Oh, okay.
From the steakhouse to the hotel.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I didn't
yeah,
know
we,
about that.
yeah,
Very
we,
bright guy was with us in the car. Yeah,
we were both
Give it
taken
a
aback.
he's very bright. You don't have to wrestle too hard with it. I'll just say he's a bright guy.
Give a
Just gave you one.
Give like a nickname.
Don, I'll just give him one right there.
Yeah, a bright guy. You're not.
You don't have to wrestle with it that much.
Oh.
You know he's that bright?
If you don't win a championship, are you that bright?
Well, he just
Healthy
won, like-
debate.
He just won like a quasi championship. But healthy debate. If a tournament's changed midstream the format, does the championship count as a championship?
Oh, I'm thinking of a different guy.
You think a Sergeant Slaughter? I'm talking about like a,
Wait, that's who we heard it from?
he was in the car with us. And say it was him.
Oh no, okay, yeah,
Did
no,
say it was him?
He heard it as well.
Yes, he was not.
I wouldn't pin that one on him. I would never do it.
It
to
was
that
not on
person,
him. No, he didn't say
He
it.
heard it with us. Yeah,
I am saying he was in the car with us. I'm not giving up my source.
he did
I'm
win.
saying
It did. The tournament was changed midway.
Who do you think I was talking about?
I thought you were talking about somebody who might have to duck to get into the car and wouldn't have a lot of headroom in the back seat. The person I think you're talking about would have a little bit more headroom in the back seat.
I'm talking about KB.
Yeah, the person I
Is
originally
he that
thought-
tall?
No. The other person. Never won a championship. Tall.
From the south?
Wrestling.
Oh, I think
That's the way I was
I
going.
got you.
Yes.
No, it was me, Kirk, KB.
Then I figured it out.
Me, Kirk, KB were in the car. Someone else told us that. We were like,
Two other people in the car with us. One person.
we were actually fairly taken aback
Yes.
after
That's- yeah.
after the infamous dinner.
Yes. Yeah. Were you at that dinner?
Which one?
At the steakhouse in
It
Arizona?
wasn't in Arizona.
No.
Oh, you were still
Suspended.
yeah.
My dream is to go Super Bowl week.
Vegas.
I know.
Contract's coming up.
Yeah, let's not.
We can do it right now.
There's a show that he's got to save it for the other show.
All right. Okay. All right. So we're back tomorrow. We might do 4. I think we'll probably. I don't know. I'm fucking wiped out. You must be.
If we don't do 4, we can go see Oppenheimer and 70 millimeter on Thursday.
Good point. That's a good point.
Have I said that to you every day?
I don't know if I'll stay awake though.
Yeah.
I watched. I saw me, Kevin, and Feidelberg watched. Whatchamacallit last night. Jesus Christ, Bottoms. Did you
like
see
it?
it? I thought it was good. I think it's a little overpraised. I thought it was.
I think
good.
it's funny.
Yeah.
Some people also have said it like best of the year. I think it's very funny.
I got
It's a
the
good
joke
movie.
after a while.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Yeah.
Fucking Kevin was asleep the entire movie. It was like being with my dad, but he was like hyper focused. He kept trying to turn off the lights. He was getting worked up. He's on his phone. It was like awful performance. He like almost ruined the movie for me. Farberg's like, it's great, right? I was like, yeah, did you like it? He's like, yeah, I've seen it 4 times. I'm like, why don't we watch something else then? But he loved it.
Where are you on like comedies? Can you like?
I think I'm with everybody else now, where it's like,
Well, no, old ones. Would you ever see Hollywood Nights?
Yes,
Very funny.
it's good. It's good. That's not the one I thought. Well, you're random with movies though.
My
yeah.
dad showed us that when we were kids. I was like 12 or 13 when
Yeah.
you just start getting into like understanding the dirty jokes and things like that. I
Right.
thought it was hysterical.
Can you rip your top 5?
Comedies of all time.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. Like, I mean, I consider Midnight Run a comedy, so I mean, I would put that in the top 5 for sure. I'm surprised to hear I'm surprised to say this, but I think Superbad's probably my top 5.
I love that.
Like,
You're next.
I would probably say like the Squid. I'd probably say like the Squid and the Whale, which I consider comedy. It's one of my favorite comedies. Fletch, and then this is no like 5-1 order. Probably. It's hard to pick like a fairly because it's so trite at this point. But I'm trying to think the first time I saw them, how funny they are.
That's the only way I judge comedies now.
Yeah.
Because like I can't rewatch them anymore. It's like
I wouldn't put the Seth Rogen one. I wouldn't put that era of the appetite. You know, Superbad counts, I guess, but
And the ones from that era that jump in for me, it's the Tropic Thunder, Other Guys,
Other Guys
Shaun of the
very
Dead. 21 Jump Street.
Step Brothers, I think is hard to like leave off the list.
I love 20. Oh, I love Step
I
Brothers.
just watched that scene again that popped in my YouTube the other day. The Adam Scott dinner with them. And
I think it's the best. It's one of the. No, I think it's top 3 delivered comedy line. Like the Cubes, Jeff Probst, Chef Bobby Flay.
Yeah.
I think it's just
he's like, I'm sorry, you like, is he really?
it's such a good villain.
Very funny. That's a funny performance.
Super bad Airplane, Caddyshack,
I would probably have Airplane.
Monty Python, and then my 5th is the surprise Bad Santa. I'm obsessed with.
Very funny.
Bad Santa.
Terrible
Very
sequel,
funny.
but a
Super
great-
bad. I would put in there.
It's.
Tragic sequel.
I don't acknowledge it.
Yeah. What would you have?
super bad for sure. I'm judging on like first time. I'll tell you one that it got back into the dirty comedy that I started laughing at for the first time when you watched it. Good Boys was hysterical.
I was talking about that today with somebody about that. The movie. I was
hysterical. We just
so
were on
funny.
family vacation. I showed my dad. We were describing it to
funny.
my dad. He had no idea. He watched it. It was very funny.
they're
Hysterical.
They're great.
On the first watch, just because of that scene, I thought Bridesmaids was pretty funny.
Very funny.
You know, and then like movies as a kid that you loved laughing at, like Billy Madison and shit like that. But
Schindler's List, yeah.
You ever watch Pop Star? We
Yes.
talked about Pop Star.
Yeah,
Pop Star's very
yeah.
funny. You ever seen Pop Star?
no.
Andy Samberg, very funny.
No Sandler on your list. Same with me, I don't think. We did.
Well, I
these
said
movies.
it, Billy Madison.
Oh,
But
Billy
that
Madison,
was when I
yeah,
was a
yeah.
kid. But
I
now
like,
it
I like
doesn't-
That's My Boy. I wouldn't put that anywhere near my top, but that movie made me laugh.
You do?
It makes me laugh.
That's a
It's-
big
it's-
fight between me and people in this office.
oh
I
yeah,
hate
he
it.
hates it.
Oh, it
That's
makes
My
me
Boy
hate
is so
it. It
bad.
makes-
It's hysterical.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's bad, but it makes me fucking.
Road Trip was funny.
Dirty Grandpa.
Euro
makes me
Trip
laugh.
was
So it's
funny.
just bad, funny movies.
Yeah.
It just makes me laugh.
I know what you mean.
The Sebastian Maniscalco movie was horrific.
I can only imagine how bad that was. I didn't need to see it.
Ugh, it's and
I saw the Kreischer one.
Here's the
finally. It stunk.
problem. I didn't want to watch that. It's been on the plane the
Yeah,
last couple of weeks.
Stunk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks terrible.
These comedians build up their career being really funny. They make movies that aren't
Yes.
as funny as they are.
But-
Like
and
Bill
that's-
Burr's about to direct one. It looks fucking terrible.
That's
That
why I
looks
loved.
tough.
terrible.
That's why I loved Sebastian Maniscalco because he was staying true to the stand-up
They
comedy.
always like,
and he didn't jump.
I think
over.
the money's just too good.
Yeah.
I think.
Hot Tub Time Machine's a recent one I like. as
Oh,
well.
that's
funny
a good
movie.
one.
That's a funny
Yeah.
movie.
Dirty
That's a
Rotten. I
good
mean, older one, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Slapshot for me would be somewhere in
Yep.
the top like 10, top 15. And Naked Gun, the first Naked Gun I would have up there too.
Talk about this one, McDonough's brother, The Guard,
Oh, with
Gleason and Don
Gleason.
Cheadle.
Yep.
Very funny.
That's a funny movie. That is a funny movie. I haven't seen that in forever. Yeah, I mean, there's but what's interesting is I don't think any of us named a comedy other than Good Boys from the last 10 years.
Yeah, no, it's tough. It's a bad spot.
I mean, Good Boys is like super bad, like almost like a super bad prequel. But it's fucking funny. That scene with the friggin' paint gun when they go in the.
Oh, the drugs, the fucking, just everything.
It's
just
very
so-
funny. We watched Harry and I went to see whatchamacallit, Strays. Terrible.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
terrible.
The Burr one, I'm really fascinated by, and I heard he like worked really
All
hard.
these
to make-
movies where it's like he's like so anti woke, and it's like that's the joke every I'm like I get it, I'm with you, but like I don't need to see it.
There's a lot of those on Netflix. That, like I'll click on the conversation now and then where it opens up, and like I mean I get I'm all for make your joke, but it's when the special becomes about that. It's
Like, I'm not afraid to like
Fuck.
transgender. Like I get.
hey,
I'm
make
with
it.
you.
Hey, make the joke then.
Yeah,
like
right.
just do it.
Just do it.
Shane Gillis really funny stand up.
Yeah,
The one on Netflix. I thought I watched it. Finally, very funny.
he'll make a terrible movie in like 3 years probably. Like they all do it.
They've all done it. And the comedians that you've seen, I saw Kevin Hart perform at my college in 2009, under the radar, right before he blew up. And then he started making these movies, and it's almost like he's playing a character.
I saw Bill
he's
Burr
in
on-
the NBA celebrity game, and it's doing everything.
Bill Burr's
Bill
his
I
acting
hate
role is
you.
Mandalorian.
Yeah, I saw Bill Burr in Route 1 in the '90s doing stand-up comedy. He started. Yeah, he's from Canton.
Dane Cook jumped the shark with
Terrible.
that. Maniscalco jumped the shark with that. It's just like
You know who picks good movies and good TV shows? They don't always hit, but because he gets so much money, is Ray Romano.
His
just
one this
does-
year. We interviewed him for it. Pretty
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, right. Like he'll show up in The Irishman.
wait, isn't he playing a fucking basketball coach?
Right, The Irishman.
Oh, Laurie Metcalf, right? Mm-hmm. Is that the one he's on for?
Yeah.
How was it?
No, it was his movie was good.
Yeah, the Rotten Tomatoes.
No,
is good
what's
for it.
Valvano? I mean, Romano. Is it Valvano?
He's producing that. I don't know if he's in it. Is he playing Jim Valvano?
Google Ray Romano. He's got a new
gotta be-
project
The,
coming
the,
out.
the
It's-
one with Metcalf is the New York one,
He's gonna be way older.
which you would like.
What's it?
Somewhere in Queens.
Okay.
Somewhere in
He
Queens.
did doing something with that. Though.
He's
I did
doing
read that.
something with a
But he's way
basketball
older
movie.
than Valvano, though. No, I mean he is.
I don't know.
I don't know. Project Artemis.
plays
No,
Terry
this
Gannon?
is this
By
is
the way,
Greg Berlanti
Valvano
movie.
raised a ton of money for cancer research.
Oh God.
Did
I
have
don't like where this is going already.
did have recruiting violations that I
He
don't
did.
know.
He did. But I think in today's world, like, no big deal.
Probably not.
Romano,
he did.
very
I read the
good.
book about it.
Big Sick. Romano, very funny.
Very funny.
With Kumail.
Yep.
Now that's someone who made but that's a dramedy. That's so
Yeah.
dramedy though. You can't really.
That's something to pop in The Irishman. He tried to do that Get Shorty show. Like he takes his career pretty seriously now. I like it. That's what he wants to do.
He was
I listen to him. He's good with you guys.
one of my favorite interviews. He walked in, and he was glued to his phone and he was like, I'm not being rude. I'm not looking at Rotten Tomatoes for the movie. And he
really?
went through all the reviews, and afterwards he didn't. And I'll just, I'll be fair to my good friend Ray. He's like, don't don't put this on, and he like covered the mic, and he mentioned one review. He said, "What the fuck is this review?" It was very funny. He was awesome.
Who's the biggest asshole you've ever interviewed or encountered? Like
There was
Rico, like a year ago.
this won't like be interesting or hit. There was one.
You got to talk to a guy. His asshole meter. He was in Ravel's wedding party.
That's a good point.
Darren
his best
Ravel.
bud.
There is no secret. Ravel got me my job at Good Morning
Great
America.
assholes of all time. He blocked me on Twitter.
Really?
Yes.
What did you?
I think I
go
made
after
fun of
about?
like when he said he had like a rookie like Rosa Parks. Like, remember that whole thing?
Yeah.
Where he was like, remember that?
Yeah, I do.
That
I
was
do.
that was
I
not
do.
great. You hate him, right?
Yeah, his whole.
I don't quite
shtick
get
is
it. I mean, it's
like-
working for him. I don't get it. But
Yeah.
that's not his answer, though. I wouldn't think.
No. The worst. I mean,
I don't
Good
mind.
Morning America was very different. Musicians were typically the worst.
Yeah.
Actors pretty good, and I've always been told it's because they work with the most regular day people on their jobs. For musicians,
Right.
it's pretty much behind the scenes. It's like their crew, and anyway, this show, bad example because it's like who cares? You know those Wolf brothers, Nat Wolf, Alex Wolf.
Yeah, I know them.
We interviewed one of them, I believe Alex, but he was in. We asked him about one of them was in Hereditary.
Yeah.
We asked him about the Jumanji reboot trailer. We were like, the trailer kind of got some guff, and then ended up being pretty good. And he took massive offense to that and like stonewalled us on questions. Michael Cera's a very boring interview recently.
Yeah, I heard he's kind of an asshole.
Really boring, which was kind of unfortunate. Yeah.
Yeah, mine's Deion Sanders. No, it is. I mean, he's the biggest asshole I ever dealt with.
What I know we're gonna go soon, but
Yeah, we're going, man.
you have a bet on the Colorado game this weekend?
Who are they playing?
Let's see here.
I don't know. They just beat Arizona State.
Yeah,
Hit their
they're acting
win
like they're winning
total.
a fucking national championship. Jesus Christ.
wins,
Go
that's
away.
crazy.
Warren Sapp was an enormous asshole.
Warren Sapp.
Bobby
Well,
Valentine
well.
was an enormous asshole.
They play Friday against Stanford.
I'll say Bobby Valentine was a bigger asshole than Deion Sanders. I'll be fair.
Bobby Valentine was my sister's athletic director when she played golf at Sacred Heart.
Oh, Sacred Heart was the AD
Yeah.
there. What a
She went
weird
to the
life.
NCAA tournament. My sister played golf
Bobby
at
V
Sacred
was
Heart.
the AD at Sacred Heart after he was like managing the Red
Bobby
Sox
V
and
was
Mets.
Bobby V at the graduation was there and shook her. She went to the NCAA tournament, played in Lubbock. Played
If I didn't go to where I went to
Pretty
school, I was
funny.
going to go to Sacred Heart.
yeah, she
There you
played.
go.
She played D1 golf. Could kick. It's
Pretty good.
that player. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the shit out of the ball.
Yeah,
doesn't really
she-
play anymore.
No.
Yeah, but
We both don't really play anymore.
wait, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, good scramble. His sister would play from the ladies' tees.
That's true.
That is a
Big-
massive
big-
advantage.
My aunt is a really good player, and we would play scrambles like that. She'd play 270-yard par 4.
Yeah.
If you hit it 220,
Well, that would be old news for you. Me and you played in a scramble in July, right?
I moved.
I didn't mean to get in the way of you setting him
that
up or
got
something.
moved.
Yeah,
That got moved. I also.
What happened?
I moved.
We've never played golf together.
I know. No.
What's your-
We did not.
I'm still waiting to give you my taste because I haven't got my taste yet.
Yeah.
We haven't.
You'll get
I
it.
have heard that.
You'll
Yeah.
get it.
You don't ask. I'm telling you, do not ask.
Well, I can ask.
I
If I ask, I'll get it.
I asked for mine eventually.
Yeah.
If
But
I-
you
if I make a big
it's-
rant, I'll
that's
get-
his
I'll
thing.
I
You just don't
eventually
ask.
reminded and asked.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was like, you'll get. Yeah, I don't. You're gonna
I
get
think
it.
part of it's. I think part of it's also there was a sale. Like that's all that stuff.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
No, but
I
if
know, I
that
know, I know
that
that.
event and the numbers crushed.
For the Ryder Cup.
Every time I walked past those guys, like, because I was getting the clips of what to tweet, of the. It was weird though. Again,
Why didn't you tell me you drove home?
what?
Why? Why'd you say it? Talk like that. Why did you tell? Jerry told me. Why did you tell me you drove home? You think I was gonna be mad at you or something?
No, it's
I felt bad.
yeah.
The flight was delayed.
Yeah,
You had to get home.
Flight was delayed. Had to get
It's
home.
like Derek Jeter in that commercial.
yeah,
What's
Jerry.
this?
Jerry.
I drove all night. Rico.
Yeah, I'm learning Jerry. Yeah.
He said that you were using salt.
I
from the-
was I was taking salt.
Did you hear this story?
I was taking salt pretzels and rubbing the inside
Stay
of my
awake.
lip like a cocaine addict because nothing was open.
Henry Hill.
It's wild.
You called Jerry. You were like, "I'm dying here."
Yeah.
You could have called me. I wouldn't answer, but you could have called me.
I know the rule. Don't call you after.
I was
You're
way
an early
asleep.
sleeper. Yeah.
I was way asleep.
Yeah,
It was very,
You see what you
very.
take, I guess.
My cutoff for you now is like it's 5 p.m.
yeah,
my
see
time.
it.
Yeah,
See
I'm
it
like,
like
very,
no,
very.
This is late. This is so
Don't.
late for me right now. This is like
You
3 in the
shouldn't.
morning.
You shouldn't do what I do. What I did.
I felt
night
bad,
was bad.
but you had to get. You drove all night, like the commercial. Jeter stalked down now with these bad commercials.
He's an ass. He's always been an asshole. But
You hate him, right?
Yeah, I mean, multiple things. Like, his big home run was cheating. That little fat fuck reached over the fence. He wouldn't move
Jeffrey
to third
Mayer?
base. Wouldn't drop down in the order.
Third base was
He
bad.
big time
Remember
the guy
the-
for his 3,000th hit.
Oh, that's what I
wouldn't
worked
move
at.
down in the order. He fucking
I'll even say even the Mr. November home run was kind of a cheap opposite field home run.
in the last year. What else was he saying? He made a documentary too. I think they missed the playoffs that year.
The ESPN one or
No, the whole thing was 3,000th hit. He's making it all the way through. He's got his girls.
Nobody talk about that fucking bozo that took that stupid deal. They didn't make the postseason that year. Instead of he gave look. I'm not saying you got to be Zach Hampel and hold the ball hostage like he did with A-Rod, but he took a deal. I was working at MLB at the time, but I'll never forget. My boss was watching the press conference. It was like something Gonzalez or something. He's like, "What a fucking idiot!" And he took a couple bats, postseason tickets. They did not make the postseason.
And
that year.
Jeter wanted
He had
nothing to do with
Nothing.
him.
Crazy.
Nothing. One of my biggest sports regrets. I got asked to go by my father-in-law to a Yankee game in September. Meaningless. Pretty sure it was the year they missed the playoffs. It was A-Rod's last year. As I was late coming in from the city. I had to stay till like 6 o'clock, get up to the Bronx. It's taking forever. I'm walking into outfield seats. There's a roar. The ball is coming. It landed about 5 or 6 feet from where I would have been sitting. Turned out to be A-Rod's final career home run. Pretty positive. The kid that caught it was like 13 years old. They brought him in the back. He probably got fucking 2 nickels. No supervision. No They probably told him we need that ball legally.
Jeffrey Mayer was that fat?
He's a fat little fuck. Yeah, he's a fat fuck. Look him up. He's a fucking. He's
That's
shoving his face with
a
pasta.
that's a guilty pleasure YouTube channel for me, by the way. Is Foul Ball Guy.
Oh yeah.
I met
Oh
him. Dude,
man,
he's a wild.
Oh,
wild
I
cat.
love watching Fall.
Wild cat.
You want to see a guy throw their producer under the bus? Every cut in that video is like, well, so and so had a home run over there. My producer was not in the right spot. He did every video roast him. Jeffrey Mayer.
Yeah, he's a wild cat, man. Zach Campbell was outside the office one day during COVID.
He's not that bad.
That fucking kid's seen a lot of fucking pasta. Click the one with his neck hanging out in the jersey, probably with the name on the back.
He's got some he's like
Look at
This fucking kid. Are you kidding me?
It's like a little Jake Marsh.
he's
More
a
personality,
kid.
but
He's got a normal
I don't think he's-
not even chubby,
Fat shit.
maybe a little baby fat
what's
kid.
he like now? You think he's fat now?
Yeah, I think he's in the weeds.
He's letting himself go.
But yeah.
Jeffrey Mayer.
Good show. All right. We'll be back tomorrow. Rico, thanks as always.
We'll do. We'll
Don't worry about it, Jeff. You did an
sure.
excellent job.
Oh, give me can I get a? Say I'm in the mix. Say
You want to be in the mix? Well, Gus, listen, we don't know.
retroactive mix.
Yo, I throw you. I mean, the phone calls. You struggle with the phone calls.
Yep, we did. No, we
We'll
did.
get there, but you did a good job with the list. Good producing, Rico.
Great.
Solid. All right.
Top tier.
We're back tomorrow night. Goodbye.